He's a little long in the tooth. He's a wily veteran, but he still has some kick in the legs, and the 49ers need absolutely anyone they can get on that defensive line right now.
Yep. Yeah, it's a miracle. I know we've talked about this, that they are not getting to the other team's quarterback and they're not rushing the ball well, and yet they're still cruising along at 10-4.
They're still doing business. That's
not supposed to happen.
No, and I think you always wonder week to week, and there's been some games that they've obviously not, won, but I think week to week, you're now a little bit more comfortable saying they're going to find a way. And I know they're getting some defensive pieces back, which is good. It's not anything crazy, but it is just one of those teams that you don't know exactly what you're going to get, but the way that they're coached, like that's what makes you feel good. And that brings us to like the coach of the year thing. I know there was some discussion about Shanahan not being in the top 3. I think I would also agree, like, he needs to be in the top 3.
Yeah.
He does, with what he's been dealt with card-wise.
Is that what Alan and Kyle were talking about?
Mm-hmm. So I would agree with that. I don't agree with Alan a lot, but I would agree with him on that.
Well, we'll talk more about the 49ers, but I just wanted to kick off the show, if you will, with the Greg Papa news, because that's tremendous. Now, you mentioned Amazon. Did you watch on Amazon last night? Did you watch the NBA Cup championship game?
Yeah, so I missed the first little part of it because we were driving home because we got off at 6. So I turned it on right when I got home when the Spurs seemed to be kind of dominating everything. And then that quickly changed in the fourth quarter, and we saw, some veterans come up big for New York, and it was just a kind of a flip of a script there in the fourth quarter. And then, of course, Mike Brown getting the NBA Cup.
And going crazy.
During
the ceremony.
Man.
How about it's like we're in New York?
Yeah, New York. We got New York here.
I have to say, I never thought I'd say this because I'm not a big fan of the Cup, but watching it last night, I was into it, and I was thinking...
Don't do that, Whitey.
This is a lot better. Watching that game last night is a lot better than watching if these two teams were just playing a regular season game in mid-December.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, because they were trying. And I know Charles Barkley was on with, who was he on with? He was on with Tom Tolbert. And he said, look, it's embarrassing that they got to pay the players all this extra money. I don't care what you got to do, but to get them to play that hard, I enjoyed watching it. I really did.
You can't take anything away from the players. That's for certain because I agree. The effort was there. I mean, it doesn't matter if you were a young player. I mean, Wembanyama's minutes were not full in that, but he still, when he was out there, he was doing Wembanyama stuff. And you saw some of the vets, they're going to go full out. I do think you saw the effort from the players. Now, whether or not people care about that team winning the Cup or not, I don't know, because I know there is a whole thing about the banner that we're about to talk about. Does it really mean that much? I don't think so, but it is a feel-good feeling when you're in the middle of the season and things get a little dull. Yeah.
Now, I know there was some pieces today that said the Knicks have won their first championship since they won the title in, 1973? And I no, they didn't. Yes, they did. I mean, technically, they won their first title. No, it's not the same. But all that said, I have learned, Jay, to watch the tournament, enjoy the tournament, and I get it. It's still got a long ways to go, but I think it's starting to accomplish the things the league hoped to accomplish with it.
I disagree in the form of no one, for the most part, cared or felt like they cared until we got to the money round.
That's true.
Like, to me,
good point.
That's when everybody is kind of like, oh, now it's a big thing, and you go to Vegas. And so semifinals, finals, because it's something different. Mm-hmm. You go to Vegas, it feels like, a situation, an experience, an atmosphere. NBA TV, as we were talking about yesterday, they sent some of the crew there, EJ, friend of the show, and then you see the players play hard because the $500K is on the line.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and if you really go and look at just about everybody's social media handle or something that's aggregated, they're talking about the money. Mm-hmm. They're not even talking about anything else. So it's going to matter because it matters to the players once they get there for the money.
Yeah,
So,
and I don't care why. If they're playing hard, if it's because
Sure.
of money or
right.
pride,
Then you had to give
I
them
don't
something,
care why you're
probably.
playing hard. I just want to watch you if you are.
Well, maybe they just maybe they just need to give incentives to us fans that want to go watch it. Yeah, okay,
They
we'll
do?
give you
Yes,
this money. You just
yes.
come watch.
Mhm,
I mean,
sure.
Emirates, they're
That'll work.
doing the whole thing. So I guess
Yeah.
give the fans some incentives.
Ooh, what is that? What's the incentive
Wouldn't
for
that
the
be
fan?
interesting? A
Some-
free flight,
Something
like,
more than a
Okay.
free pizza if a guy misses 2 free throws. That's not bad, but we could do
Right.
better, right?
I mean, I
we
say
could
a
do
free
better
flight.
Than that. Nothing against Mountain Mike's. It's a good pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they
They
are
are
an
good
airline company, so give us I heard it's all, bougie and stuff. I'd like to go on a free flight.
Emirates Cup.
See how it is.
Yeah, little
You know?
Emirates flight.
Yeah. Give us a free flight. Let's go.
Call up a front office for tickets. You going to come to the game? I don't know. What's in it for me?
Yeah, what's in it for me? I mean,
Make
we've
it worth my while.
we've got the Golden State owner, answering emails. I would just send them straight up to the top.
I will say, Jay, the semifinal game between the Spurs and the Thunder, I didn't watch it, but it was a tremendous game. And I know what you mean, but you have to go through all the preliminary rounds to get to where they got to last night. And I've never been a fan of the Cup, ever, until watching last night. And I realized, okay, it's not great, but it's better than not doing it.
Okay.
That's where I actually
Okay,
am with it,
I got you.
honestly.
I'd probably venture to be on the opposite side of this.
I
Is
always
just
have been. I always have been.
yeah. This is just a regular game, and the fact that these guys are making more money, they're showcasing that they could play hard. And for me, I look at it as you guys probably wouldn't have played this hard if it was just a regular Tuesday night game.
Right.
So
I
that
agree.
that kind of lets me know, like, y'all sandbagging it in certain forms.
Sure.
So I'm not going to give you a pat on the back because you're trying to make more money and all of a sudden you're playing hard. Catch me in the playoffs.
Yeah. I will. Let me pose a question to you guys real quick, though,
Is
about
this
it.
a Kayla's Q and K? Or
No,
just a
but
preview?
it's just
All right.
let's say a little appetizer.
Bonus?
A little appetizer. In all seriousness, what if the Kings, because there's been such a drought here in terms of winning and just the good feeling, I'm just going to throw it out next year. I know that's really, really optimistic. But next year or the year after, the Kings make it to the NBA Cup. And
People would be doing somersaults.
people are going to be super interested, right?
Yeah.
At least here locally. But I guess then I feel like we would be talking about this in a whole different light and be excited about it, but mainly for the fact that it's giving a team that's still going to be probably pretty young and finding its way extra motivation, extra hope, extra confidence, all that stuff. So I guess if you look at the Cup in a weird way for certain teams, it can be something you're really interested in if it is like a team like that is getting a little bit of a boost when it's really well needed.
Yeah, I'm reminded of, let's see, wasn't Indiana in it the first year? When they lost to the Lakers. It was
Yeah.
a big deal for them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, people would be doing, like I said, they'd be doing backflips here. That's one
Or
of the
was
things
it
we talked
last
about.
year? The Bucks beat the Pacers.
Who'd the Lakers beat the
I
first
have no
year then?
clue. That just lets you know. No one cares.
Jay's like, back to my point.
Well, whatever it is, you're right. Yeah, it would be exciting. And even the Knicks, to your point, yes, people would be talking about
Yeah.
that. But even the Knicks a little bit. We're talking about, this
Yeah,
could
that's
be
what I'm
like
saying.
a stepping stone for us.
Because even the Knicks, we talk about the Knicks, and I think the Knicks are just a national brand, so they get talked about and they're given grace a lot. But you're right. It's not like they've done a ton of winning, so something like this, it is a little bit encouraging. But again, there's always what can Mike Brown do to get them to the
What can
the
Brown do
promised
for
land?
you?
What can Brown do for you?
I think you're spot on, Whitey, in the form of the way some of the Knicks media and certain fans. I saw a lot of people posting out in New York like, yeah, look at the fans at MSG going through the roof, and there's nobody outside.
Right.
But of course it would mean something here because we celebrate summer championships.
Yeah.
Summer League championships here in
that's
Sacramento. We're starving. We're thirsty for something. And you're right, Whitey. Lakers beat Pacers. Milwaukee beat the Thunder last year.
Yeah.
That's right.
Blowout, too. 97-81.
I do think for
Two
it to
blowouts.
attract any attention like this game last night did, you have to have big brands in it. If the Kings were playing Charlotte or something, we'd be all excited. But that game, that finals game on Amazon Prime would be
Yeah.
Yep.
outside of those two markets, no one would be watching. So it's really good that Lakers were in the first year, then Milwaukee last
Milwaukee's
year, let's be
still
honest.
small,
But
though.
Knicks
Yeah.
and Wemby, that's a pretty big deal.
But what if you had a
So
big name here, like a Giannis? Small market. Milwaukee's
Sure,
teeny
let's
tiny
do
too.
it.
Oklahoma City's teeny tiny too.
You're going to go get Giannis now? Sure.
I
let's
mean,
do that.
I might as well throw it out there. Other people throw out stuff, so you know
That's right.
what?
Sources,
there we go.
Sources,
tell me.
aggregated.
Yeah.
You know, somebody has said that Giannis may be on the move, and you're saying that the Kings might be interested,
Hey.
as should all other teams be.
Right, and guys, officially.
Well, there you go. Boom. Take that to the bank. Kings' priorities look like they are shifting, and I say, let there be much rejoicing. Did you hear what Doug Christie said yesterday? This was during our show after practice. We've got to find out about our guys and develop them. That's the biggest piece of the puzzle. We need to make sure these players are as ready and as developed as they can possibly be. These young players are going to be the cornerstones of what we're building moving forward, end quote. I thought it was interesting. This is just me. That 2 days after we find out some of the older players feel there's a disconnect between them and the coaching staff, the coach says, yeah, we're all about the young guys. That's what we really care about is the young guys.
Well,
But thank goodness.
it is funny the timing on a lot of things this season, right? I mean, not just that specific statement, but things from, upper management and everything and, certain players. It does kind of all go together. Chronologically. But yeah, I would say that is a message. I think it's probably been known here for a few weeks now, but coming out and saying it, now I think fans have to expect something to happen soon. Like, even if there isn't a big trade yet with one of these veterans being, traded off, there's still got to be some move now. Because if Doug's coming out and saying that, okay, now we got to see it. So what exactly does that mean? Again, the puzzle. We're fitting all these puzzle pieces together. So I'm interested to see what that exactly means.
And I would guess that Coach Christie is going to be relieved when he's not only talking about that, but that clearly is what's going on the court.
Yeah.
When he's able to, all right, that's what we're doing. That's what I've been waiting to do. And when he can start to presumably instill some of the values he has and some of the intended identity of this team on younger players. Because right now he can talk about it, but he can't really do it.
Right.
When you got the older guys playing so much.
That's the thing. And when it's also part of the whole disconnect thing, because you've got your older players who are I'm not saying setting an example necessarily for the younger guys, because a lot of them won't be here, but it does kind of take away from what you're preaching, and then a veteran's doing something different, or a veteran expressing discontent. And it's just all over the place. You're right. You can't really fully install what you want to install until you have what you need.
Now, putting this in perspective, how Jay really feels about the NBA Cup.
Love it. Just absolutely love it. Fawning over it.
Weeks ago, I don't think you were here, Kayla. We were talking to Emran, our friend who runs True Sports Cards, owns True Sports Cards. And he said that Jay had a charity event and he was looking for some merchandise. So some things to give away. And Emran had a signed Jake Moody jersey.
Oh, my goodness.
And so he's like, Jay, do you want this? And Jay's like, not really. And Emran's like, you can have it.
Oh.
And Jay was like, nah, I don't.
Jay, yeah.
I don't really want it. So Emran says that.
Oh, my goodness. That's hilarious.
It sounds like Jay values the NBA Cup about as much as he values the signed Jake Moody jerseys. Is true, Jay? Is that accurate?
No, I actually value the Jake Moody jersey a little bit more than the cup.
Dang.
Yeah, because this is the thing. I was just having this conversation with my daughter, right? 15 years old. Just turned 15 last month.
How's the college search going?
Going okay.
Good.
Going okay. She's in finals week right now, actually. And so she just had a birthday, just turned 15. So she got a nice chunk of change. We blessed her with some change, some little pocket change, as they would say.
Yeah.
And one of my pet peeves in my life is I feel like I spend a lot of money. I think we all could probably say that. But I hate spending money on unforeseen things, of course, right? Something's with the car or whatever. And then the other thing is spending money and I don't have anything to show for down the road. That's understandable. Experiences, you go out to eat, stuff like that. When it's done, it's done. But it's always memory.
Yeah.
So I was just having this conversation with my daughter because now she come and ask for some more money. I'm like, yo, what'd you spend your money on? What'd you spend your money on? And so I say
she
that
didn't get a Jake Moody jersey.
No.
Okay,
and if she did, she's hiding it. Let me tell you, it better not be under that tree. But I say that to say that's the way I feel when I'm looking at the cup is they're getting everything forward. We're getting nothing. But I also understand from certain fans, it is an experience, right? So just like you're talking about, Whitey, you appreciate the way that it felt like they were playing a little faster, a little harder than on a normal Tuesday.
In December.
In December, right. So I can respect that. So you're getting the experience. But for me, what are we really getting from it?
Yeah.
And that's my thing with the cup is it's a farce. It was made for the NBA to make more money, which you guys don't need any money. And that's where Kayla's talking about. Well, what about us?
What about the fans?
So I'm not jumping on the bandwagon in the form of you guys are multimillionaires. Even G League guys making six figures at this point. So collect your dollars, collect your check, more power to you. I'm going to just look at it as a regular game.
Yeah, this is the first year where I felt like, all right, I did get something out of it. Just as a fan, I felt for the first time, these games are a little more interesting than they normally would be this time of year. And I've never felt that way before. And that's part of you're right. The whole thing's about making money, but they were trying to make money by sprucing up this part of the schedule because, it's kind of
it's a hard time.
Yeah. So to each his own, but this is the first year where I felt like, all right, you actually there's a little more juice to this.
Is there be honest with me, is there any part of you that might have just had a little bit more interest because of the Mike Brown and the De'Aaron Fox and just a
I'm sure
little
that
bit
was
more
part of it,
Yeah.
but I think that even if they hadn't had the connection here, that still Wemby against the Knicks
There
would
was
have been
enough
a big
big
deal.
names.
But you're right. It's hard to separate from that.
The
You're right.
Knicks.
That did make it more
The
interesting.
Knicks blew it up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shouts out to them getting something. And as they've pretty much all said, look, this is just one step in the journey that we would like to hoist the trophy at the end, not these little shabby medals that we were given.
Did you hear? I know we talked yesterday about where do they move the games if they're going to move out of Vegas. Did you hear what they're thinking about?
Colleges?
I'm interested in that.
Big time college.
I don't-
Vegas?
I'm interested in that.
I don't know. Do you think it will do good?
I don't get it. To me, it's like, huh? I mean, like the Carrier Dome or North Carolina or Pauley Pavilion or
It's got to be bigger
Yeah.
venues, right?
But I thought it couldn't be in an NBA even town, and there are a lot of colleges that are bigger in,
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
Maybe you go to the Dukes Cameron Indoor,
Oh, yeah.
where it's
Sure.
not
Yeah.
in the city of a Charlotte Hornets,
Yeah.
something. I think for me, the way if I'm listening to what the commission's talking about. By the way, did you guys go and listen to any of the press conference?
I heard bits and pieces.
Yeah, I missed nothing.
Just,
as we
just
talked
bits and
about.
pieces.
Yeah, really, the only thing was the expansion of Seattle, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But the way I see it is you're kind of getting the opposite. So, like here in Sacramento, we do a great job when the men's and women's tournament, which the women will be here at Golden One Center this year. The men have come here multiple times, right? Even going back to Arco. And that's a big deal because we don't get to see big-time college, games. Now, Sac State's trying to change that. But vice versa, if you do it at Duke, you do it at Stanford, you do like places like that, you might get, Clemson, places
Right.
where there's small towns that's kind of revolving around colleges. You know what's going to happen is it's going to sell out because all the fans are
Yeah.
going to come.
Yep.
Take it to St. Louis. Take it to Nashville. Places like that. Yeah, you put it in Tennessee, probably going to show up and show out at UT.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
That's true.
I never thought I'd admit it, but I'm kind of warming up to the cup.
Ooh-wee.
Never thought I'd admit
How hot
that.
are you? Are you
Yeah,
steaming?
I feel
No.
like
Are you lukewarm?
I'm
Are you like in the middle? You tepid? Well, where you at,
Tepid.
bro? Okay.
tepid. Okay.
where I was ice cold.
Wow.
When the refrigerators turn too low and you go to get a glass
Yeah.
of water and there's ice in it.
That's bad for you, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah. Ice cold water is not great for you.
Really?
Yeah, that is a fact.
What does it do?
It's just not good. It shocks the system, whereas room temperature is really good for just like circulation and all of that
Look
stuff.
at you, Kayla.
I know. I learned that from my brother
Your brother Eric?
with the K.
All right. Bobby Marks is going to join us, ESPN NBA front office analyst. He once interviewed to be the Kings assistant GM.
Really?
And I think he could have the job, and I think he said, I'm good.
I'm cool here at ESPN.
But he's going to break down the Kings. trade possibilities for us when we come right back to Sactown Sports next.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. We're going to be drying things out for this Wednesday after a few morning showers. Expect to have cloudy skies with some breaks of sunshine. Afternoon temperatures noticeably warmer. Highs today in the low 60s. Overnight lows in the mid 40s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Winning 1K is easy. Just turn the key for a G. Take a test drive at any dealership at the Roseville Auto Mall to be entered to win. The Roseville Auto Mall is giving away $1,000 every day through December 19th. Turn the key, take the drive, and win a G. Only at the Roseville Auto Mall.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Staples presents An Easy Holiday.
Running a small business during the holidays is hard.
No truer words were...
But this year, Staples helped me have an easy holiday.
Your script has a typo.
Nope, easy peasy. I just ordered online at staples.com and picked up in store. And with UPS on site, shipping was easy too. Plus, huge savings on tech, custom cards, even my holiday sale signage.
Visit your local Staples store or staples.com today for up to 45% off select laptops.
That was easy.
Ends 12/27.
Now is the time before winter is full on in your kitchen to make sure your heat or your furnace is ready. How do you do that? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating will get the job done for you like they did for me last winter when our system crashed and burned in the dead of winter. Check them out, leesair.com. Right now, get $100 off any AC heating or plumbing repair. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating does it all, and they've been doing it at a high level for 40 years. See how they can help you stay warm and cozy all winter at leesair.com. That's Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, license number 635355.
Daniel Tosh, my first farewell tour, Saturday, January 24th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley.
This is how I come up with material. I rant to my friends and my family, my inner circle, and when they hate every word coming out of my mouth, I know it's ready.
Saturday, January 24th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. On sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss your chance to see Daniel Tosh.
So you need last-minute gifts. No judgment. Get an extra 25% off during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale and find great gifts under $20. Like something cozy, something thoughtful, something that says, you planned this all along. Yep. You're just one quick trip away from checking off the last gifts on your list. Save now at KohlsandKohls.com. Select styles. Offer ends December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store Kohls.com for details.
Staples presents An Easy Holiday.
My holiday list was a mile long.
Fa la 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 boo hoo hoo.
Staples made it easy with big savings on tech gifts.
I'm listening.
And I saved big on custom holiday cards, too. Plus, Staples has UPS shipping in store.
Holy flying reindeer. Shop Staples today for 50% off custom cards, invites, wrapping paper, labels, stamps, and photo gifts.
That was easy.
In-store and online expires 12/20. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
It can be difficult to try to figure out some of these trades, not just who's going where and for whom, but why. What about the contractual ramifications? Our next guest is just a master of that stuff. I don't know if there's anybody better at it. We welcome back to the show ESPN NBA front office analyst, former NBA front office analyst. And I remember he actually interviewed to be the assistant GM of the Kings once, and I think he said, yeah, I'm good. Bobby Marks with us. How are you, Bobby?
I'm good, guys. How we doing?
Good. We're doing fine. Before we get started, could you tell us, because it's the holiday season, I know some people looking at dogs and puppies and things. Tell us about how important it is in your mind to go adopt rather than buy a.
Oh, yeah. Listen, we have a Pomeranian, which is, I guess, rare to find in the adoption world. We got her in right before COVID in 2020, and she was I called her the most expensive adoption dog just because there was so much wrong with her when we got her. And then having been involved with the local shelter down here in Southwest Florida, the cases that you see every day, sometimes the dogs look, that there's these big pit bulls and Rottweilers and all these big dogs, but they'll melt your heart and everything like that. So, yeah, I would listen. Everyone has their own choice to do whatever they want to do and how they want to spend their money. But I would say the adoption dog, you adopt a dog, they'll be at your side forever because there's so much loyalty there.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Bobby. Awesome. Appreciate that. You write that Keon Ellis, I don't know how loyal the Kings are going to be to him. He may have the most trade value of any King. How much do you think the Kings might realistically get back? And I know that about how these things work, and some of this we're asking you to speculate, but what would you guess? Could they get a first-round pick for Keon? I don't think so, but what do you think?
Yeah, probably not. Yeah. I mean, if it is, it would have to be somewhat of a protection, and it's somewhere in the 20. If it gets to the 20s, I would say probably unlikely here, just because he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. But whoever gets him in a trade has his bird rights, which means they can exceed the salary cap to re-sign him. So that does give you somewhat of an advantage here. So yeah, I mean, I think when you look at the roster from whether it be Zach or DeMar or Domas, just based on those three guys making north of $20 million, and you have a guy on Keon on a really good contract and a good number here, he just kind of fits easier than one of those other three players do. So I think if you're looking at multiple seconds, you certainly would want something good. For example, New York's got multiple good Washington seconds. Those almost equate to kind of a late first-round pick as far as where you see the Wizards are. So I do think, the goal is if you're going to move him, which you probably would because you're unlikely going to probably sign him, then you are looking for something good in value. And I know second-round picks don't move the needle, but, there are teams, listen, Golden State drafted Draymond Green with a second, and that pick was acquired in a prior trade. So, yeah, I think it probably starts with him, and I think he's probably the easiest out of the players to move off of.
Bobby Marks joining us this afternoon on The Drive, guys. Yeah, from one of the easiest guys to move off of to probably one of the more difficult in Zach LaVine, just with that hefty contract, Bobby. Can you see any scenario, even if it is towards the end of the trade deadline, where they could get him out of here?
I couldn't hear you that well. It was kind of like really faint in there. Were you talking regarding Zach or Doma?
LaVine, yeah, just with the hefty contract.
Listen, is it easier to move than Chicago did? I know he was traded to Sacramento last year, and there was a point where we probably didn't think that the LaVine number would go off the board, and he did. It's $47-48 million. Got a player option for next year. I said it on TV yesterday. Does he make sense for a team like the Clippers? I think it would be more appealing to teams like the Clippers who don't control their first-round pick for the next 4 years. Same with Milwaukee, who are basically kind of in a similar position where most of their first-round picks are out or their swap rights there where you're looking for a player that can try to help you. I do think you're probably looking at expirings that are coming back. So if the goal is just to get his number off, which I would think he would probably opt into that number next year, which is right around 50, that's probably what the price tag is for a guy like Zach LaVine. I always say, there's never say never on trades. I think players are probably grouped in different tiers. And I think it's based on circumstances here. And I think if there's teams out there looking for a guy that can give you 20, 21 points a game, and you're willing to absorb that number next year and it doesn't impact you significantly, then I think it's certainly worth something to consider.
Bobby Marks with us, ESPN NBA front office analyst. This may be a leading question. I don't mean it to be, Bobby, but are the Kings close to being in a situation where they almost have to move some of these contracts, which then decreases their value because other teams know that you almost have to move them?
Yeah, I mean, I always say what you want to do is you want to control you want to control the noise and kind of make it not seem like there's, I don't want to say dysfunction, but that you're basically going to be in sell mode here, where it does decrease the value of maybe some of what your players are. Certainly, maybe a player like Sabonis here, when you're 6-20 and you have the second worst record in the Western Conference, and you have the second worst. I think they have the second worst point differential among teams. Yeah, I mean, teams kind of smell blood in the water a little bit as far as where you are, and especially where you have your own pick this year. And probably the goal is to get the best, be in the best spot to draft one of these players in a really good draft here. Teams do look at, trying to devalue where they are, maybe lowballing hit here. I do think there is there's a different market in late December than where it might be in early February, because I do think when you get, as I always say, deadlines create kind of desperation, where people are in the standings. Someone in the standings right now, might be fighting for a play-in, and 6 weeks from now, they might be a top 16. So that's why we rarely see many deals happen in December and January here. So I would. Yeah, listen, we'll monitor it. As I said, I do think where Sacramento is, I think the end goal is to try to be in a position where you're drafting one of these generational players. When in a really good draft, I mean, we're comparing this draft to the 96 draft, which was legendary. That was the Iverson draft, and then the 03 draft, which is the Carmelo, LeBron, Bosh, Wade, that draft there. I think this year's draft has the chance to be up there with that.
Bobby Marks, kind enough to join us, ESPN NBA front office analyst. You can check out his work on ESPN.com. Reading your article, obviously there is a mention of Domantas Sabonis. It's been a weird situation here with some of the injuries that he's endured during the season. There is talk that he could be, gone, but I think a lot of people think he's staying. But he's got a specific fit. I mean, he's got to probably go somewhere where they're really going to see him fitting, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great question. I mean, I think when you're talking about fit, he's certainly not your traditional center. So he's probably not for everyone. I think it's, he's got a lot of money left in a bunch of years too. Roster building in this day and age is a lot different than it was, 4 or 5 years ago here. So as you said, it all comes down to fit. Is what else is on your roster? How do you fit that number in?
Bobby, two questions, or I guess two questions in one. The Kings have a $14.1 million exception and a $5 million exception, which you wrote about. Do those carry over, and if they do, how long? And then second question is because this is something I've always wondered, with all these aprons and everything else, it feels like we're studying the cap this year compared to knowing the cap. When we're mid-season, something like now, or we get closer to the trade deadline, and say someone is on the books, I'll say, use example, DeMar DeRozan's on the books for 24 some odd million, call it $25 million bucks, and he's traded in early February. Does that $24 million go against the cap to the new team, or is it the back half of the rest of the season that he is owed?
Yeah, that's a good question. So there's probably two ways to look at it. Once the player is traded, that number comes off your cap altogether. Then there's also the financial element that the acquiring team would be responsible to pay that player what is owed on his contract, but also absorbs the full salary cap. So if the team is trades for DeMar and he's got a $25 million salary, that goes against the cap, and then they would be responsible based on whatever the days left in the season here. I think the apron, where Sacramento is, where they are with these two exceptions, as you mentioned, 14-1 and 5 and change. You were not allowed to go out and use that 14-1 because you'll exceed the apron. You're hard capped right now. You're $7.8 million below the first apron. Anything, any trade or signing can't leave you over that number. You are hard capped because of the Schroeder trade here. So those will go by the wayside once the season ends. It basically kind of the clock restarts in July 1st and everything here. So you're probably in a use it or lose it scenario.
Gotcha. It's questions facing every team, ESPN.com. What move should your team make? Trade questions for all 30 franchises by Bobby Marks. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. Bobby, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, take care. Yeah, there's a guy who knows a thing or two
Oh my
about the cap.
goodness. You talk about numbers, like he can just like rattle off things. I always respect, first of all, because of what they do, but just to know numbers like that, because for me, I have to learn numbers, and so it's just always amazing to me to speak with people that are that brilliant with numbers.
Yeah, I wanted to slap myself because he said something about 14.1 million exception, but you're 7.8 under your hard cap, and I was like, and I realized.
I was going back to math class, like where I was like taking notes, you know?
Coming up, NBA expansion is coming soon. What that means for the Kings and Kings fans next. Don't go away. Sactown Sports Drive, guys.
Tomorrow night, Kings and Trailblazers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with the tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
So Pure Talk just had their best year ever and asked me if I'd like to thank their customers on their behalf for being so awesome. I said sure. It's important to say thanks, especially this time of year, which is why, as one of their many satisfied customers, I should probably thank Pure Talk first for keeping their customer service in this country and for providing hundreds of American jobs. I appreciate that. I also appreciate their Roundup program, which makes it easy to support America's Warrior Partnership and join the fight against veteran suicide. And I love that Pure Talk donated 1,000 hand-sewn Made in America flags to veterans around Independence Day. And of course, I really appreciate their generous support of my own foundation, MicroWorks, and their commitment to help us train the next generation of skilled workers. Having said all that, it's now my pleasure, on behalf of everyone at Pure Talk, to thank you sincerely for choosing to do business with an American wireless company that actually stands for something. And one more thing. Merry Christmas.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery, embrace the company of family and friends, and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at ChooseChangeCA.org.
When value matters, Elk Grove Chevrolet delivers. Right now, lease a new Chevrolet Silverado LT for $250 per month plus tax. The Silverado 1500 stands out with composed handling, competitive towing, payload, roomy cabin, and fuel economy. Visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com for full lease details. Don't miss your chance to drive the new Chevrolet Silverado. Stop by Elk Grove Chevrolet today and experience quality that goes the distance. Donate 5 canned foods this month and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check from Maverick Electrical. Book now at callmaverick.com. Limited appointments, restrictions apply. Give to get with no gimmicks.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
For example, Stevie Johnson at 4 o'clock. Kings Talk and so much more.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know. Is he going to be in the bowling alley? Is he going to be in the Tahoe?
That's right, in one of his vehicles.
Yeah.
What vehicle is this that we're in?
Right.
Yeah.
Because he said he is an electric guy.
That's right.
Right. His wife had the Tahoe.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we got lots of 49er things to discuss. How about this little tidbit here before we get to what's going on with the NBA and expansion? Jay, Ha-Sung Kim, he was with San Diego, signed as a free agent with Colorado. He was hurt. Then last year ended up going to the Braves, free agent.
Yeah.
The A's made a play.
They
4
did.
years, 40 something.
4 years, yeah.
He said, nah.
I'll take that one for 20.
I'll stay in the ATL.
Yeah.
1 for 20.
I mean,
They
know.
could have used him. The A's
Definitely could have used him.
Yeah.
Definitely could have
A little
used him.
surprising.
Yeah.
You know?
He fits the mold, kind of a guy that doesn't hit over 275 and not play.
He's a good glove
No,
guy,
he,
though.
no, yeah,
And he
honestly.
plays a lot of. He won a Gold Glove as a utility
Guy, yeah. I would say actually he is the opposite of what the A's have. He's more of a contact hitter in many different ways compared to long ball guys. He's probably like a Jay Wilson, which is, not the A's kind of old school A's thought process. The money ball process, right?
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people have said, oh, he didn't want to come here, and maybe that's true, but also he would have played second base, and he's a good shortstop. So I don't know what the Braves have in mind
Probably
for him.
part of it.
But that might have been part of it,
Yeah.
too. It's like play there 1 year, free agent again, rather than come here.
When you're weighing your options like that, and maybe he's partial to that side,
The San Francisco
Braves, in terms of like not having to move and all that, and
Yeah.
then it comes into
Yeah.
play, the position. So
Plus, let's be honest, 4 years. You signed with the A's
Yep.
for 4 years.
There you go.
Where are we going to be in 4 years?
That's
Don't know.
it's a
Here's our
great
mock-up.
Yeah.
Our renderings.
Yeah.
There goes our renderings.
Is it Vegas? Is it Sac? Like,
Have you seen?
what?
Did you see the construction worker video that they've been posting? Like that's how you got to sell it to them,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's if you're the A's and you're trying to sell multiple years, it's got to be tough.
Yeah.
It truly is. And then you look at it: 1 for 20, 4 for 41, or 4 for 48, or I've seen it kind of jump around. It's like, I think if I really sat down and did the math for the next 3 years after this, even if I got half of that up front, if I took $10 million the next 3 years, I'm up. I'm winning. Less taxes. I think I'll stay here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame him. I mean, I'd love to see him come here just for the fact to help the team, but I get it. And
I do too.
We're so used to these guys that we hear a number and they're just like, okay, yep, okay, there's the number, it's bigger. But I appreciate the thought that probably went into it.
Mm-hmm. There's also this as far as the A's go into Vegas. And you guys probably know more about this than I do. This isn't really my bailiwick, but the economy in Vegas is, struggling. So that also casts a shadow over their future there, and it could also cast a shadow over NBA plans to expand into Vegas.
Yeah, I know they really want a team there, and I know that the local fans do support their teams well, and I'm more so talking about the teams that they've kind of brought there organically in terms of the Golden Knights.
They love the Golden Knights.
Aces.
The Raiders are more.
I mean, the Raiders are not their team. Let's just be honest.
Right.
And so organically, the ones that they've had there, and I think the Raiders are still supported, and they make a lot of money with that stadium with concerts and stuff. So it does make sense. But I think the fans feel like they could support an NBA team there. And I'm not trying to say this because I'm from the state of Washington, but it would be a crime to not bring back first a team to Seattle. I'm sorry. It is a hoops state. The Supersonics are historic.
You've got a built-in audience.
There is no
base.
reason in the world to not grant them a team before Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
You're in. You ain't got to worry about it, Kayla. You're
Thanks,
in.
Jay.
Yeah,
Vegas, it looks like Vegas, but I don't know. Here's what the commissioner said yesterday. I'd say in terms of domestic expansion, that's something we're continuing to look at. It's not a secret. We're looking at this market in Vegas. We're looking at Seattle. We've looked at other markets as well. I'd say I want to be sensitive there about this notion that we're somehow teasing these markets because I know we've been talking about it for a while. But he also says that he's confident that Las Vegas can support an NBA team, even with all the other teams that they have there in different sports. And Vegas has been referred to as the 31st NBA city for a while because they host the Summer League and now the NBA Cup. But I am against expansion for this reason. It's going to further water down the product. Now, I understand that they're going to get more money up front, but of course, if you're an owner, it's like, yeah, but then we got to split everything going forward 2 more ways. But, people are already, Penny Hardaway just this week, we saw this, I don't think we talked about it. He was saying, the game is not what it used to be. And a lot of guys that used to play, even guys that like me that used to play in high school, we say that it's not the same. But this is going to further water down the product with 2 more expansion teams. Let's say you're a season ticket holder at the Golden One. There's 2 games, or maybe more depending on where they are geographically. You got to watch the Las Vegas Jacks and the Seattle. They'll probably be the Sonics, and they're not going to be very good.
Yeah, I would say this. I'm not always for expansion. I don't look at although it's technically expansion, I don't really look at it if Seattle gets a team as expansion.
I understand
that was original NBA team, and so maybe you go and take some of these two teams or so that aren't doing well, that don't have the support in the cities that probably never should have went to those particular cities, and you bring them back to Seattle and you put one in Vegas. If you truly feel Vegas is a no-brainer, maybe you do it that way so that you're not expanding, because I do get where you're coming from in that. And then added on that, we already have all these games that doesn't exactly help the product when you have guys sitting and everything. So maybe you do it that way, but then you make all these other cities mad, and it's a merry-go-round.
Are there 15 players in the G League that excite you enough to form a team? Or are you excited?
No, I mean
9 through 15 on the big level. And are you interested in seeing the Isaac Joneses and the Keon Ellises of the world, the Dalton Connects of the world? He's got a lot of play on this show lately.
Yeah,
he has 30 points last night.
I know, G
so
League,
did Devin
man.
Carter.
Yeah.
I think we're the Connect show.
Yes.
Don't you think?
I mean, is that what you're afraid of, Whitey? Are you just like,
Yeah, the product is going to be further watered down. And nothing against the players. You can handpick guys here and there, and there's also going to be NBA players that will be moving off their current rosters.
Yeah.
So I understand that. It's nothing against those individuals, but just as teams, the league gets weaker, and the basketball as a product becomes a little less compelling. The other thing, as far as how it affects the Kings and Kings fans, is the expansion draft. But right now, with this roster, it's like we don't even know who's going to be on the team, in February, let alone who's going to be on the team.
2027. Yeah.
Draft. Yeah. So that's
take them all.
Yeah, please. You
I'm,
can have them now.
Player in waiting.
Yeah, we're just going to send them to Seattle and Las Vegas, and then you guys sort it out.
I'm going to Vegas this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
On a spur of the moment, a whim. So
Fun.
I'm interested to see how the site of the Oakland A's, the Sacramento A's, the West Sacramento A's, the maybe Las Vegas Athletics looks like. And I'm actually interested to see, are people interested in Raider games? Like the city, not the visiting people, but the city, because you could talk about it. I've never been in Vegas during an NFL weekend for whatever reason, since the Raiders have been there. So I'm interested.
I always go back to what Vic Tafur told us, and I think this was last season, but maybe it was beginning of this year. Vic Tafur had been covering the Raiders for years since they were in Oakland.
Yeah.
Then he went with them to Vegas, and he just came back this year, right? It's his first year covering the 49ers. So I guess it was last year I asked him on the show, how are Vegas fans embracing the Raiders? He said, look, like you said, Kayla, the hockey team, they love them.
Yeah.
The Raiders, it's more of like a bro hug.
That's a great way.
That's the way he put it.
Yeah.
And he would know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like we're all the way embracing, right? Because it's not
like, hey, how are you?
technically, when it comes down to it, our team. Like we took someone's team and they had their fan base. So I get that. And will it ever warm up if they do start having success?
Probably.
There? Then it might become more of an actual hug. You're right. But that's why I would say, well, I'm kind of always like, I don't want Vegas to have another team. Like I was mad because they got a hockey team before Seattle did, but now that's fine. I do truly feel like they would support their own NBA team. But if it's an expansion team that moves there, it might be that same kind of type of thing.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, is generational. right now, if you're in Vegas and let's just say you're 5, you're adolescent, that may become your squad because you're growing up in that atmosphere, in that element. Okay, I'm a Raider fan. If you're already established, you could care less about what the Raiders are. So I think as we move forward, as we progress in time, you'll start to see more local Raider fans as kids grow up as well, too.
I think that supposedly is one of the things that's going on in the L.A. market
yes,
with the Rams.
The Rams. I've seen it firsthand. Mm-hmm. When the Rams came back, man, people were like, we don't care. But then you also had the OGs at that time who were, born in the 60s and the 70s, and they grew up and hated the Raiders or, whatever the reason was. They were Rams fans. So they accepted them back.
Yep.
Versus some of the youngsters like, man, I don't care about no Rams. Mm-hmm. But now as we're starting to progress, we see some of those, younger guys, younger kids start to grow up.
And winning a Super Bowl helps.
Yeah, that definitely does. Success.
We're coming back with Kayla's Q&K of the day. I can't wait to find out what it is she has to say. Next on Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics. Schedule a free inspection.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Don't you just love this time of year and the holidays when families get together to make memories? Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. From the time I was a youngster, the family table was always filled with a gathering of grandparents, aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters. Those are memories that will live with me forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings Holiday Home Sale going on right now gives you the opportunity to find the perfect holiday gift that will last a lifetime. You'll find unique gifts like gleaming accessories for every room, now 20% off. During Naturewood's Holiday Home Sale, you'll find savings all around the store for every room in your home. Find your perfect bit of Christmas for your home at Naturewood Home Furnishings Holiday Home Sale going on right now. The memories you make with your family will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heating and Air. They're now upgrading what they do to include plumbing. They're bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. So they're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. You hear me talk about them all the time as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement. And now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free and give you that second opinion. And right now, they got a free furnace special with a full system installation up to $2,500 in rebates. All for a company that's been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The other guys must think you failed math. Get this huge discount. Then the fine print hits you with $5,200 in mandatory ads. It's adorable in a scammy kind of way. At Hoblet, we skip the tricks. The price you see is the price you actually pay. What a wild concept, huh? Hoblet, family owned 77 years. Experience the difference online at hobletdodge.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140.
Bells will be ringing the sad news. Oh, what a Christmas.
Live and local, It's The Drive
I thought that was part of the song.
Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
That was good. Keep going. I thought that was part of the song.
We've got our work cut out for us because we've only done an hour, but we got some things done in that hour.
Sure did.
Yeah. Bobby Marks came on and said, what did he say? He said, Keon Ellis, you get maybe some nice seconds for him. He also said they probably, I think his word was, you probably will trade him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I thought it was even, I mean, again, you never know what's going to happen, but he's like, nothing is ever, like, you can't say you can never do that. So when it comes to Zach LaVine and the heavy contract, he said there's still ways that they could move off of it.
And it's kind of silly for us to sit here, it's December 15th. We're keeping an eye on what's going to happen. As Bobby says, well, it's when the deadlines come that's when people really get motivated to do stuff.
So I guess you just need to keep on, ticking away. Wait till February. Super Bowl and Valentine's Day.
You never know. One of these, who knows? Maybe tomorrow Jay's going to say, we've got breaking news. But we don't have any breaking news.
Not yet.
Yeah. The Domas one to me seems like that's definitely one that's going to hinge on what happens between now and the deadline, especially because the Jake Fisher report said Toronto is waiting to see what things look like for them. And Bobby mentioned that too. Teams don't know what kind of position they're going to be in come the deadline.
Yeah, and that, though, is interesting because we've had, again, not like crazy amount of things in terms of where Domas goes because, again, he said it has to be a fit. It has to make complete sense.
Yeah, he said you asked a good question. Both of you guys, I think both of you. That's a good
question. Did we get a good question?
I didn't get any.
Well, you know this. I mean, I feel like a dum-dum because I'm not a math person.
You got the good question.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm like nervous. I'm like, oh, God, I don't get the numbers wrong here.
I just asked about his dog.
I didn't know you guys. So he's a big proponent of
it's
adopting.
on his ex bio.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's important. So being an animal lover here.
Yeah. So that brings us to Kayla's Q&K of the day. And I'm not 100% sure what it is she's going to say, Jay.
Yeah.
Cat in the hat action.
You're just rhyming like a nobody's business in this one, right?
I like it this way.
I know. It's good. So I want I try to do something if there's talk here locally about the Kings or if there's a bigger national story, but again, I wanted to focus it back on the Kings today because we've had some talk about this disconnect stuff with Doug Christie and the veteran players, but I wanted to move forward with that a little bit and expand this to the listeners out there, to you and Jay, Kevin. So the question today is, with Coach Christie kind of coming out there and putting it out that he wants to see these younger players more, here's the question. For Coach Christie, now that he says they're focusing on younger players, what do you want to see exactly from him?
From Coach Christie?
Yeah, like what does he need to do to make you guys think, okay, this is going in a positive direction with some of these younger players? So it can be a little thing. It can be something numbers-wise, wins-wise. It does not matter. Something that's going to make you feel a little bit better with the situation moving forward.
Something tangible?
Yeah, I would say so.
Could be tangible or just something we know.
Or a feeling, emotion? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaving that open just because, again, there's not a lot you can really expect out of the rest of the season.
Jay's probably making sure because he's got to pick your music still. So
and that's why I like it being a little more broad because then people get creative with things.
Yeah.
And these listeners are very creative in the way they come up with
Smartest listeners and viewers in radio and YouTube.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Hit us up in the YouTube chat. So I want to make sure I say this right.
Yeah.
Now that the Kings, according to Coach Christie, want to see the younger players. These young players are going to be the cornerstone of what we're building moving forward. What do you want to see from Coach Christie?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to see him start to implement things that are reflected in their play that show us that, okay, they are defensive-oriented, tough. And some of this is the Scott Perry principles. But, Coach Christie has talked a lot about that, too, the way he wants his team to play, picking up 94 feet, things like that. I would say that. I want to see them do that more because he's talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
Pick up 94 feet. That's not something everybody can do.
And we're
you don't want everybody to do it.
Yeah, and we're this is more so, again, this is not like the veterans at all. This is the younger play. Like, we need to see some stuff happening moving forward with the younger players. So that exactly, specifically to them. Yeah. Jay, what do you got?
Man, I'm sitting here thinking.
It's a kind of a difficult question, but that's why it's like, get creative with it. You know, it doesn't have to be the right anything.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm not caught up in the, young guys got to play 30 minutes and all that. I would say the first thing that came into my mind is to know where this team is going. I think you got to know who Keegan Murray is and put a stamp on who Keegan Murray is. And not only externally, I think internally, there's still some question of who Keegan Murray could possibly be. They get to see him every single day. Pretty sure they have a whole boardroom full of stuff that they believe Keegan Murray can do and can't do. If you want to get a finalization on who Keegan Murray is as close as possible, I think you need to force feed him the ball. I think it's shown that he's not the type of cat that's going to give me the rock and I'm going to shoot it 30 times. He's not Kobe. He's not Iverson. He's not D-Wade. That's just not in his chemical makeup right now. And so if we want to start to answer questions, for me, that's the biggest question still on this team. I know we're always talking about cap. We just had Bobby Marks getting big numbers off the books and all of that jazz. But the one number that's still going to be on the books is Keegan Murray.
Did you happen to hear his comments yesterday at practice, Jay?
I did.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting the way because that's Keegan kind of stepping out in front of everybody, and this is what's going on with us, and this is what we need to do. And we haven't heard that Keegan a lot.
Right. I mean, I remember coming in here when I first started filling in, and a big conversation when filling in on Alan's show with Chris Watkins. I was doing the show, and a lot of that combo was he didn't always have this like outward personality. He wasn't the, I don't want to say an alpha because I don't know if he's still an alpha, but it seems like he is becoming more vocal and confident in that part of his game.
Yes. Also, he was talking about finding his rhythm. And, he started out when he came back from his injury, he was scoring at a pretty high clip and taking a lot of shots. And he struggled with his shot. And I think a lot of it is physical.
Yeah.
And he says it's hard when you're all taped up. And, no excuses, I know. But I think you can see it sometimes when he's squaring up and he just looks like he can't
it's
get
uneven.
everything situated. Yeah.
And he has been dealing with some things still, So, but I think that's a great answer too, Jay. For me, and again, you can get in on the chat too, on the YouTube chat. For me, guys, it's something that exactly Doug Christie said himself this last week. And he said specifically to Neat Clifford, but I think this goes for other guys as well that are going to start getting more time, like a Devin Carter. Even, Rayno, who he's let do this a little bit more. He has got to stick with what he said. You have got to let some of these guys play through their mistakes. You have to leave them out there and let them learn and burn sometimes, because otherwise there's no way they're going to get better. It's trial by fire. And specifically with the Neat Clifford, who needs to get a little bit more aggressive with his scoring, he's got to do what he said. He's got to let these young guys play through the mistakes. And I know that's hard to do sometimes, especially when you still have veterans on your roster, but you got to do it if you say it.
I'm not saying any of the guys on this team are going to be as good at what they do as Peyton Manning was at what he did, but as a rookie, how many 6 for 10 on threes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The guy can score. Look, that's
and he can shoot.
He can shoot. That's never a thing. And I know the defense has been a question with him too. Trying to get off subject real quick, but
no.
Look, the one greatest thing about Connect that I always heard when I covered him at Tennessee with Rick Barnes was Barnes is focused on defense, probably more than Doug Christie is, to tell you the truth. And that is one thing that he was willing and open to learning that. And, probably I can say did get better. And now it's just getting back into a system where that's preached as well. I honestly think he could maybe fit here. Now that I keep talking about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure because of the whole defensive thing. And I have to watch him play more. But I could see if you're Doug Christie, I'm making some assumptions here. It's like, yeah, that guy can shoot, but the other stuff, that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're trying to build.
But he's not stubborn to keep on growing and learning. That's what I'm kind of alluding to. Because Rick had to really, to get him over there, had to come to terms with that too. Of can you play a look? You got to have more effort on the defensive end.
You got to guard people.
Yeah.
You can't play like you think defense is what goes around the yard.
Here's the
you never heard that one, Jay? You know John Bach, the legendary assistant that he coached for the Bulls, the great Bulls, and Phil Jackson. He said that to me once when he was the coach of the Warriors. So what about this guy? He plays like he thinks defense is what goes around the yard.
Defense.
Rick joins us on Sactown Sports. Hey, Rick, how are you?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good. You going to answer Kayla's question for her?
Well, no, I don't have it. I just have something for you guys.
Okay.
What I'm really curious on, and what I'd really like to see is, you guys are the experts, and you really are the experts, but I'd love to see an interview with Doug Christie and just kind of pick his brain to what he's learned so far as a coach, trying to, what his feelings are of his desire to install better defense. Just kind of an in-depth, not like a negative thing, positive thing. I'm just real curious because, this is a great experience having Doug coach without having that extensive head coaching background like a lot of coaches, and transitioning to an outstanding player to a coach. I think it would be a great interview just to kind of get his side of how things are going and where they're going, and like I say, what he's learned as a coach so far.
Yep.
Anyway, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Rick, the program director.
Rick?
Yeah. Here's what you guys should do. Yeah.
But on it, I don't disagree with him. It's crazy sometimes. Like, we are the home of the Sacramento Kings, and we had Scott Perry on last week, which was incredible, and we loved having him on. But, it is interesting right now. I've never met Doug. I've never spoke to Doug. Again, I'm just here filling in right now. But I somewhat would love to pick his brain at this point. And I know it's hard because things are not going right, but I feel like Doug is a guy that is always willing to sit down. But it is an interesting thing to kind of see where he's at this point, too.
Yes. I know we've had him on before, and I would anticipate we'll have him on again. My feeling, Rick, and Jay knows Coach a lot better. I don't really know Coach, but Jay knows him, so maybe Jay could speak to this. My guess is right now for where Coach Christie is, it's like, that's interesting, but this isn't the time for me to talk about any of that.
Yeah.
Maybe after we've done some things and we get through some things, I can reflect a little bit. But right now, he is right in the thick of it.
I'm sure.
And they're actually trying to get something started. So those are interesting questions that would be interesting. But I just think for him right now, it's like, yeah, I'm not doing that now. I have no – right, Jay? It's like right now, it's like that's not something that he's going to be thinking about right now.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had an opportunity to talk to him about that, so I can't answer that. But I do think just knowing Doug, and it's just totally strictly my opinion, is exactly what you're saying. He's so intertwined and does so much homework and studies, and he's entrenched in everything that he does when it comes to basketball that I think his focus is definitely on the day-to-day grind.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure if he's had the opportunity to kind of sit back and exhale and just, woosah.
Yeah, well, this is what I've learned. It's
Yeah.
like,
no, I know coming off of last year being an interim and then coming in, it still was a little different because he hadn't been given the job as well. So, he still were kind of navigating that also. So I haven't had that discussion with him.
I think
I have no clue.
One of the trickiest things for Coach Christie, and it's the NBA, there's no excuses. But last year when he took over, he was kind of starting over. I'm the head coach. We're going to do some things differently.
Yeah.
Then they went through that season, got knocked out on the play-in. Then you had the start of this year. You had some new players like, all right, we're kind of starting over. Now I think if they're going to turn their attention to the younger players, that'd be, in my view, the third time since he's been here as a head coach that, all right, we're starting over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus a new regime in the front office.
Yeah, right.
And that's kind of been the thing with fans have talked about, and not only fans, but, people in the know have talked about the Sacramento Kings. It is consistently being overturned. There is no,
no consistency or stability.
Really no stability. And that's what I was going to say is no stability. It feels like it's always ever changing. We never know what's going on. You never know who's operating the ship. As much as we see names, a lot of times we just have questions of what's going on.
And Martin in the chat, the YouTube chat, says he agrees with you, Kevin. He says, right now, not a good time. Too many veterans on board. it would be different if they were all rookies on a team with a couple of veterans on the bench.
Yeah.
And maybe that changes soon. I don't
hope
know.
it does. I'm really looking forward to that, even though I know that they're probably not going to win many games at all.
Yeah.
But just having a clear idea. All right, this is where we are now, and we're going to develop these guys, and we'll see where we are at the end of the year, and we'll all be, studying the players that are going to be available in the draft. So I'm looking forward to getting at least to that point. 'Cause right now, it's still again just kind of.
It's caught,
halfway.
You're still caught in between of everything.
Yeah.
It's not that fresh feeling. And that fresh feeling is scary sometimes, but it's also exciting sometimes.
I was glad to see and hear Coach Christie talk about that, though, because it's like Campio says to Dwayne's point, oh, you should start these guys. Campio says the caller is correct. Why put it off? I think that's how 90% plus of Kings fans have been feeling about the youth movement. Why put it off? There's practical reasons, but still, it's frustrating. Like, we know where it's going. We know where this is headed. Why put it off? So let's get some of these players on their way wherever they want to go.
And I get it, coming in as a coach, and this is his first full year as a head coach. And look, you have contracts as coach. You have things you have to check off the list that you're expected to do or that you need to try to do. And when Doug first came in here in his first full year as a head coach here, I'm sure one of those things is, you want to win games. You need to win games. You want to secure your job, and nothing is guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed as a player, as a fan, as a coach. And so for him, I'm sure the first thing was we got to win games. And this is the roster I have, so I got to figure out a way to maybe make it work. Well, guess what? It didn't work. Now we're to the point where the next thing you've got to find a way to put your stamp on it, and it's the young guys. And moving forward, you're probably not going to win a lot of games. I think fans are past that, and I think management should be past that. It needs to be now put in a different direction in how Doug, molds this team.
Scott Perry, as he's evaluating things, he's also, let's be honest, he's evaluating his coach, and he can't really do much of that at this point.
Yeah.
And once they start playing younger guys, I think it's better. He'll have a better opportunity to just evaluate what Doug Christie can do as a coach.
That's right on.
At this point, it's like, you have to do this, you have to do that. I know Campio says, well, if a coach can't play his lineup, why coach?
Ain't that easy.
It really is.
Let's
just leave it at that.
Let me just say this, and it's the truth of the matter is politics and everything.
Oh,
yeah.
It truly is. And if you don't know that, Campy, you're sharp. You got a sharp mind, big time. It's politics and everything. And that's just the truth of the matter. Now, are there other places where politics, a la go to Washington, D.C. or here in Sacramento, where we're the state capital and, biggest state for the most part and move on our own economic system. And there's always things going on at the state capital compared to Montana state capital, right? And so it's just not that easy. And I hate that because it's hard to tell fans that, but it's the reality of what it really is.
I would also suggest, Jay, that Coach Christie recognizes that. While he would love to play the younger guys, he recognizes that in the big picture, it's probably not best to do that right now.
No.
So even though it's like he would rather play those guys, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's coaching against his will.
Right.
No, yes, of course.
And I know there's a chatter family, Schlegel, I don't know if I said that right, in the chat says, well, why can Kevin Love take nights off and yet the Kings play their unks 30-plus minutes a night? Because those unks are getting paid some big-time money, and that's the difference.
It's a great question, though.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
But it comes down to this, and this is, I kind of gave the analogy, the metaphor of, politics are hotter in certain parts of our country than they are in certain places, right, compared to other things.
I don't need to tell you to be careful, Jay, but be careful.
You already know that. Yeah, I would tell you to be careful. It was on the opposite side. There are hotbeds, and there are stable situations in other places. Mm-hmm. And as we talk about throughout the NBA, the stability of the Miami Heat culture for a long time, the San Antonio Spurs. We're starting to kind of see it with the Knicks. OKC feels like they have their feet under them for a long time. And then you look around the league and you're like, what in the heck is happening in Washington? What is going on with the Wizards? Charlotte, man, when have they ever been good? The Clippers, minus the years of CP and, Lob City.
And even those years ultimately were disappointing.
Yeah, like what's going on with the Clippers? What is so there are places throughout the NBA, and Sacramento is kind of one of those places where, stability and consistency and, anything else you want to throw, adjective you want to utilize, just doesn't seem to be there.
I have to think if Coach Christie is coming out and saying what he said yesterday, we're going to see some change because he's a smart guy.
In what?
Yeah.
In some of the young
minutes played?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I just don't think he'd say that. It's not Family Schlegel. Pardon me, FS. Campio says, there's 3 players holding up the progress. Sit them and let them and buy out their contracts. And I don't know the particulars of all the deals, but I know somebody was on Allen's show talking about this when it comes to, say, DeMar DeRozan. If you're DeMar DeRozan right now and the Kings say, we'll buy you out, DeMar DeRozan would say, no.
I'm good.
I make more money if I don't do that right now.
Yeah.
So it's really complicated.
It's all complicated. Yeah,
Yes,
it's a lot more
yes.
detail.
You have to be, and it goes back to the stability and the culture of an organization. And that's what fans have been asking. And that's why we consistently continue to bark up that same tree is. Because you know what? In Miami, we just saw it with Jimmy Butler last year, right? Jimmy Butler's getting paid almost $50 million a year. And Jimmy Butler is a star in the league, is on starting 5, and he took the team to the finals. But you know what? Miami said, man, we don't really care. We don't care. Go ahead and post at the house. We'll pay you and we'll figure it out. And so as a fan, it's difficult to watch situations like that play out because the Heat don't care if it's Jimmy Butler, D Wade, or anybody. Go sit down. Where here it's like, politically, we need to play some of those veterans. And as a fan, I can understand where, the kingdom is like questioning those situations.
Oh, yeah, I agree. By the way, it looks like now maybe there are some questions about Jimmy Butler's fit with the Warriors. That didn't take long, did it? When we come back, that conversation continues also. The Kings and the cold, hard truth on De'Aaron Fox coming up on Sactown Sports.
Tomorrow night, Kings and Trailblazers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
So you need last-minute gifts. No judgment. Get an extra 25% off during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale and find great gifts under $20. Like something cozy, something thoughtful, something that says you planned this all along. Yep, you're just one quick trip away from checking off the last gifts on your list. Save now at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Stay cozy, stay home, and still save big online during Lowe's December deal drops. Right now, get 2 free select tools from DeWalt, Craftsman, or Cobalt when you buy a select battery or combo kit. Plus, all rewards members get free standard shipping. Shop new December deal drops on Lowe's.com every week. Lowe's, we help, you save. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska or Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Rights reserved.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter. From picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/investor day.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need Downy Rinse tonight, and I need it more. My kid was the bed and the smell never leaves. I don't know what to do, I'm always in the dark. The sweat and dead short smells like a dog park. I'm Downy Rinse tonight.
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in,
Rinse it out.
So you need last-minute gifts. No judgment. Get an extra 25% off during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale and find great gifts under $20. Like something cozy, something thoughtful, something that says, you planned this all along. Yep, you're just one quick trip away from checking off the last gifts on your list. Save now at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Guys, leave weight gain, low T, and ED in 2025. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
At Sierra Pacific, your home's comfort comes first. Need fast heating or plumbing you can trust? Our skilled, friendly technicians are ready when you need them. Save 10% on heating or plumbing repairs this holiday season. Get a heating system tune-up for just $79. Call today or visit SierraPacificHome.com. Legendary service and craftsmanship since 1984.
Sierra Pacific Solar Heating and Air. The guys in the big red trucks.
The Tribe Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Last night's NBA Cup final, Knicks 124, Spurs 113. And I know it was hard for a lot of Kings fans. We were talking about De'Aaron Fox yesterday. And I know, Kayla, you made some good points, and Jay made some good points. And I felt like, me personally, I felt like I said a lot of stuff, but didn't really... I talked a lot, but didn't say anything. So I've been thinking about that, and I just wanted to come back with where I think the whole De'Aaron Fox thing is with Kings fans, me personally. See what you guys think.
Okay.
I think a couple things. All of the angst about De'Aaron Fox and the way things went sideways, I don't think it's all on him. It was a terrible situation. He didn't create the situation, my opinion. For example, Frankenstein's monster wreaks havoc. Who do you blame, the monster or Frankenstein who created the monster? Mm-hmm. And I don't think he created that. I think there was an opportunity there for the Kings to come off of De'Aaron Fox and the commitment they had to him. And I think there was some upside there because, to me, really good player, maybe not worth what they would have had to pay him. And so there's an opportunity there to kind of gracefully move off of that. They didn't. It was botched, so that it ended up being ugly for everybody. So that was unfortunate. And I know, he was in the middle of it, and he was outspoken about what he wanted. But I don't blame him for that. And then as far as the basketball angle of it, like I said, he's a one-time All-Star. He's a really good player, no question. An erratic shooter. He's had some good years. He had one really good year shooting from the three-point line when he was here. But I think the Kings kind of had a chance there to, you know what, if he wants to go somewhere else and we don't have to pay him that max salary, maybe we're better off. The problem was they ended up trading him and taking back a salary that was more burdensome than his.
Yeah.
So they botched that. So I wish him the best. I really do. I enjoy watching him play. My opinion, Jay, personally, I'm fine with him. But as a basketball player, I was never quite sure that he was the guy for this team. And so to me, that's where I think the whole thing is, in my opinion. Yeah.
Kayla, from the outside looking in, what was the overall national take, or maybe the Midwest take, on the De'Aaron Fox situation?
And that's what's so wild, because here it's very centric, and right now it's even more emphasized because he is having success instantly with the Spurs. And it just seems like everything is greener on the other side for him at this moment. And they've gone to the cup. But I'll tell you, Jay and Kevin, like, it's not something over there, at least where I was, where it was like, oh my goodness, like it was something that everybody talked about was, De'Aaron's fault. I think, honestly, more so than anything, goes back to what people associate the Kings and the mess ups they've had and the mistakes they've had. And that's kind of, if they're going to say something, they're on the outside looking in. And maybe that's just because it's the easiest thing to say, because that's what they associate the Kings with, is a mess up here and a mess up there, and they can't quite get there. That's what it was more based around, was, well, that's the Kings' fault.
Did you ever watch Always Sunny?
Yes.
Okay,
it's a funny
Frank
show.
one time,
Yes.
Danny DeVito,
Yep.
he was trimming his toenails with a butter knife.
Yeah.
And he said, "Botch job, I botched it." And that's what that's what I think.
Such a gross thing
with
to think
the
about, but yeah.
Kings, with some of these things with the De'Aaron Fox situation,
Yeah.
it's like they were trimming their toenails with a butter knife, and what do you end up with? Botch job. Yeah.
You made a good point, Whitey, in the form of your worth what a person will pay you. No doubt about it. Get your coin, De'Aaron Fox, and every other player. But I think on the outside looking in, we can probably say he's not worth the 2 and some change that he was received. He was paid like a superstar.
How I feel. And he earned it in a sense here. And like you say, if that's what he earned and they wanted to keep him, but I feel like, there was a chance there for the team. Where I think they made a mistake, and I was wrong about this too. I remember saying last year on the show, Jay, that, look, if it gets to the point where he wants out, you got to just do that quickly. Sever it, move on. And I don't think that was – I said that, so I was wrong. I don't think that was the smartest move. I know Jerry Reynolds has said, and I think he said it on the show, they didn't have to trade him when they traded him.
Man, come on now. Think like minds. Remember, I've consistently said I would have told him go sit down.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd have just did what Jimmy Butler said. You don't want to be here? Go sit down. We'll still pay you. But until we find something we, the Kings organization, that makes sense to us, you're going to be here. And I always go back to Monty's first press conference, which took a while, but he said, I feel like we, meaning the Kings, did a great job in cultivating the trade market for De'Aaron Fox. If you had to cultivate a trade market for De'Aaron Fox, that means it wasn't there. Or you lied to us and there was something there, but as you just pointed out, you wanted Zach LaVine. So you cultivated that relationship with the Bulls. And that's the toughest part. And I think that's why you're spot on, Whitey, is you had an opportunity to trade someone of an asset and garner some big-time assets back to you and not put yourself in the position that we find the team in.
Yeah. They did get some very useful draft assets. They didn't get 3 number ones. They got Well, I think, didn't they get 3?
They got 3.
But one of them turned out to
the Hornets.
2 seconds from the Hornets.
Yes.
And one is a semi-protected from the Spurs, I think.
Yeah,
They got the 2031 Minnesota, which is, that's why I think what happens with Zach LaVine, to bring it forward again, is so crucial, because you had the 5th pick in the draft, you got De'Aaron Fox, and now you have some draft picks for him, and you also have Zach LaVine. So what are you going to get with that? The best teams like Sam Presti, the best GMs, they manage their assets and they are able to invest in them, and they keep paying off down the road. We had the 5th pick and now we have nothing for it.
Right.
That's what teams that don't win many games do.
Yeah, you got to be, and that's what's the toughest part. I mean, we can sit here all we want and say, this is how we should do things. And GMing and doing all of that stuff, there's no perfect science to it, right? But you have to now, coming in as Scott Perry, what has been done here. And there's been some malpractice, no doubt about it. That is what people are now looking at moving forward. There can't be stupid things like that where, maybe Fox needed to be traded. But in return, like, you don't bring on LaVine and the contract. It's got to be smart.
Yeah.
It's got to be smart. It's got to be the fit.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
I think that also applies to Domantas Sabonis, because remember, you had the 12th pick and you got Tyrese Halliburton, and that was a huge win. And now what'd you get back? You have Domantas Sabonis. Okay, that's a real valuable asset, but what do you do with that going forward? That still allows you to benefit from that original draft pick. So
That's a good point, though, and I like how you laid it all out because it does make you think, okay, a little bit more than just the Fox trade itself.
Yeah.
Just with him. So it's never, like you said, that simple of a player for a
Right.
player,
Yeah,
there
the
was
best
more that
GMs
came
think of it
with
in kind of a linear fashion, and you have a pick 1 year, and 8 years later, we ended up converting that into, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander or
Which is
whatever.
amazing, man.
Yeah.
6 years down the road, you're going back to that draft and was like, yep, we got this person for that.
Yeah.
Compared to living in the moment. It's a difficult situation. It's a task when you have to play to win now, sometimes push off winning for a year or two, but then also keep the state of the organization in good crossing. Right? Like, for the next 7 years, we need to be in good condition, in good shape if we want to move or pounce. In 2033. Like, dude, that's a fifth grader or whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
People used to say in Petrie, we trust. Are we going to say in Scott Perry, we trust? We're going to get to that point? Is he going to earn that kind of trust from us? I hope so.
He needs a new. We need a fresh slogan.
Okay.
Let's not do the we trust. Let's do something different.
What's if I were
Perry Christmas? No.
You're living in the moment. See, look, you're living in the moment.
We would like a Perry Christmas. Come on.
If I asked you right now, both of you, what's the grade you give Scott Perry up to this point? What are you saying?
A B? Because I've liked a couple things.
I'd probably give him like a C.
Okay.
And just kind of, in part because of what he said on the show, like, we really haven't done some of the things we wanted to do yet. And,
So
he hasn't had a chance, done anything really yet. I know he brought in Russ and brought in Shooter, and we'll see what comes of that.
I like Achua.
What's his best move?
Yeah. I might say Achua. I know that was kind of simple because he was out on the streets. But
if we have to give him, I mean, not to dodge it, I'd give him an incomplete because so much is going to hinge on, what are you going to do at the deadline?
Yeah.
Can't give him no incomplete, so we'll stick with the C right now.
Yeah.
We're not grading on the curve here.
Right.
Whitey's finals week.
All right.
I did
That's a big midterm.
Yeah.
Yes.
The first quarter grade C, but you got a big midterm coming.
Yeah. It's got like 40% weighted
at least
of your grade. Yeah.
At least. Praise the Knicks. We'll tell you why when we come back. Sactown Sports.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. The winter months bring joy, but also with more rain and snow, unfortunately, more accidents. Over the last quarter century, thousands of Northern California residents have looked to Ashton & Price to be their root-off with a law license to guide them through the storm of an injury claim. As always, we wish you and your family the safest and happiest of holidays. But if you need us, at Ashton & Price, we're here for you. So whether you've been naughty or nice, happiest holidays from Ashton & Price.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Year-end pricing's in effect. Every vehicle's priced to sell before the new year during Happy Honda Days. At Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get behind the wheel of your new Accord or Civic today. Own or lease during Happy Honda Days at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Visit us at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert, John Party, Chris Young, Turnpike Troubadours, Dylan Scott, and more. Tickets start at only $68. It's the perfect Christmas gift for the live music fan in your life. Country in the Park, May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. With the California Office of Traffic Safety and Caltrans, Michelob Ultra, and Bare Bones Workwear. More info at CITPFest.com.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Holidays, among other things, mean big movies, but I don't even know if it's out yet. There's something about this Hugh Jackman, Neil Diamond movie with Kate Hudson. I don't want to go.
I don't know if the previews turned me off of it. I love Kate Hudson
Yeah?
as an actress. I don't really have an opinion on Hugh Jackson, right?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hugh Jackson, former Raiders coach.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, Hugh Jackson,
He'd be
former
great as
Raiders
Neil
coach.
Diamond.
He was at ASU too, I think.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think it's one of those things where I think the preview turned me off. It was kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, not
What's the movie?
interested.
I think it's like a Neil Diamond story. You know, the song Blue.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I mentioned it, my brother Phantom loves Neil Diamond for some reason. But I have a hard time with some of these movies, and they're really popular now, where they're movies based on musical figures from the 70s, 80s. I know, Jay, you saw the Bob Marley one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll just watch the documentary.
Yeah, documentary was
Yeah. The Elton John one was like, and I know the Queen one, Bohemian
Queen
Rhapsody.
was all right.
It
dug it.
really well. I think it was nominated for Academy Award.
Probably like one of the better ones.
Yeah.
You know they're coming out with MJ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
allegedly.
I
Thank
just,
you, Ramsey.
right? Yeah.
We know who it's going to be?
I don't know. I just saw a preview when I went to a movie here recently, and that was like there was a small preview, and I didn't catch who the actor was, but I do know it's like gonna be a movie. I don't know details.
I know, Jamie Lee Foxx was Ray Charles, right? And he pulled it off somehow. I don't know how he did.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. Never say never. But you're going to play Michael Jackson? Good luck.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'm wondering who
Whoever.
that I
is
know,
tough.
right? I'm like,
Yeah.
who could that be? I can't even think of anyone off the top of my head right now. I mean,
there's-
Michael B. Jordan could lose a lot of weight, and like, he's such a good actor.
They'll have to do a
But,
lot of
man,
special effects
yeah.
and things. And
I don't know.
Man, that's tough.
that's
I
another
know.
one I feel like whatever the movie is, it can't be as amazingly talented as Michael Jackson was. So why do I see the movie?
I know. I saw the Whitney. I've seen one of the Whitney. I just love the songs, and all I do is I just sing all the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I don't even. I mean, I know the stories of both those. They're two of my favorite artists of all time. My mom used to listen
one?
to
Whitney
Michael
Houston?
Jackson
Oh.
and Whitney Houston when I was in her belly. Hence why I can carry a tune or two, So,
Okay.
But I don't really. I'm watching more so because it's like I'm reliving the music again, and so many of those songs just resonate with me.
I just saw a clip of Michael Jackson with the Jackson 5, and he wasn't really little, so I don't know, what would he have been, 15 or whatever? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And they're on stage. It looked like some TV show, and they're all doing some choreography, and he's doing a spin move, and he does the spin move, and the microphone cord gets wrapped in him.
Oh, No.
But he just does like a little reverse that looks like part of the dance, but no one else does it, and then he's free. It's like
Stage presence.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Are you I'm not a big movie person, so I'm going to ask both of you guys. I haven't been impressed by any movie trailer for the holiday season. Normally during the holidays, there's one movie or two. It's like, okay, I might get down with that. I haven't seen anything. Am I missing anything? Have I overlooked it? Are there not big movies coming out? Like,
I was just saying that, Jay.
Nothing comes to mind.
Yeah. Oh, it's MJ's nephew playing. MJ.
Really? Yeah, that's what Campio said.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a couple people. Gamba and Campio say Michael Jackson's nephew.
Yeah.
Really?
I'll watch it for that. Well, I was going to watch it anyways, but now I'll watch it even more so.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, Jay. I don't think there's anything out right now. I mean, there's SpongeBob for the kids.
That's right.
I never grew up in that era.
Barnacles.
I didn't grow up with SpongeBob, so I grew up with like Doug. And like the Rugrats.
Doug Funny, baby.
Yeah, Doug Funny.
Yeah, Patty Mayonnaise.
Real good funny.
I think you have another talent is like hidden voices.
No,
you do a lot of them.
I don't know about that. Wasn't that as Roger, I think? And his girlfriend was Patty Mayonnaise?
Patty Mayonnaise and Roger.
Roger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doug was the lick.
Pork
chop.
Pork chop was his dog.
Yeah.
One time the car was stuck on the side of the road, and they were trying to get it out, and the dad was, Douglas.
Yes, the dad, I remember.
Yeah, but Pork Chop was driving the car. They didn't mention it. I was watching it. Pork Chop's behind the wheel, bro. By the way, Tony Ray Harvey's grade? Man.
For Scotty P?
Right. Yeah.
What do you got?
Not good, Jay.
Incomplete?
Whoa.
Where you at?
I lost it here. I want to make sure I get it right. Not good. I believe it's not a passing grade.
F minus?
Where did it go? We're getting so many messages. I apologize.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Did you find it?
No, I
didn't. F minus incomplete.
Oh, it was F minus.
F minus incomplete. Well, that's two different things, isn't it? It's got to be one or the other. Incomplete just means, we can't grade you. F minus like, we're grading you, and we are grading you harshly.
I think he took a big hit for the Shooter signing, as I think he should. Now I'm actually thinking about that particular signing. I think that hurt him. There's not a lot he could do this season with the fixing of everything, but that signing was a little interesting.
That especially doesn't look great when you consider what Keegan said yesterday, when the offense is getting bogged down. And I know Schroeder's been hurt some, so he hasn't played the whole time. And Domas has been hurt, and you can't separate that from it. But we didn't have a true point guard, and then you bring in a couple point guards, and then here it is December, and you got guys saying, we just need to pass the ball, and we're running one action, and then we're just shooting. So
yes,
Not to mention, my apologies real fast for it, is Dennis Schroeder pretty much said, I feel more comfortable coming off the bench, so don't start me.
Yep.
So that hasn't really worked out. But you kind of, I think you have to take into account that, all right, there have been injuries, and besides that, this is going another way with the youth movement, but it hasn't really penciled out to this point.
No, but there was a lot that he came into too. Mm-hmm. I mean, there was a lot of, these guys that were here already, so you can't put it all on him yet. He's just beginning the deconstructed process.
Mm-hmm. Here, I thought this was somebody who really loves the job that Coach Christie's doing. Doug is my favorite of that era, but I realize it's about the cartoon.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Oh! So now I know we got to be careful because we got Doug the cartoon going in here and then Doug the coach. So.
Wasn't the Beats, wasn't that his favorite
band?
Yeah,
you're good
memory.
Great memory.
You killer tofu.
Yeah. Dang. That's
Wait
impressive.
a minute, what? Let me look that up big time.
It really is. Killer tofu. It is.
Yeah.
That definitely is.
My girls used to watch that all the time.
Okay.
Yeah,
see?
so I'd watch with them.
So you grew up with Benjamin Franklin, but you know Doug.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, you're a jack of all trades.
It took me a minute coming from you. I was like, wasn't expecting it.
You
but
know,
like, okay, I got
I'm catching
That's
on
fair.
the
That's fair.
listeners say every now and then.
Yes, I do. I mean, Rocky and Bullwinkle, I could go way back on cards.
Killer tofu.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
How did you remember this, White?
How could you forget it, Jay?
I totally
don't remember this at all.
I remember this now, Jay. Yep.
Got to get at least to the chorus.
I always thought I was such a
Oh, and there's a British band. Yeah.
Take a while. From Doug, I do want to applaud the New York Knicks, who,
Oh, killer tofu.
the Knicks, who, yes, they won the cup and they celebrated wildly. And I know the Mad Dog had a hard time with that. What are they doing celebrating that they won the NBA Cup? But the Knicks announced they will not raise a banner. For that, I applaud them.
Yeah, I get that. And the Lakers didn't either. No, they did. Or they didn't. Did the
They
Lakers?
put something up
No,
there.
remember, they did not want to, and then they were pressured.
Okay.
Because we had Stu Lance on one of the times, and he was like, yeah, they didn't want to hang it up, and the league kind of made them hang it up, and so they wind up appeasing the league and hanging it up.
Yeah.
And that's what is a little like funny about this. Yeah, banners, come on. They need to be few and far between. But it is kind of funny because they celebrate it as a championship.
Oh, bring the podium out?
They've got the trophy, yeah, and the guys are
Yeah.
and then it's like, we ain't hanging that banner.
Yeah. See, that's when I caught myself last night. I was watching the game, and I was feeling like, yeah, okay, this is exciting.
Right.
Then I'm watching the presentation of the trophies, and I'm like, what am I doing?
They're like,
Why am I watching
the
this?
confetti's coming down, and we got the interviews, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but we're not going to hang that.
A banner is for a major championship only.
Yeah.
We know about that because rumor has it the Kings may have put up a Pacific Division Championship banner a time or two.
Remember you pointed that out to me when we did the show from
Did I?
From the
okay.
It's alleged, Caleb.
Oh, sorry. Oops, sorry, guys.
Yeah, but the NBA Cup, it's a nice thing. I'll meet you halfway on it, but banner, no.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Send me the check, keep the medal.
Exactly.
That's pretty much the players saying. Then they were like, and the MVP goes to. I'm like, yeah, Jalen Brunson.
Did you see what Josh Hart did?
Yes.
By the way?
Yeah.
What is
That's
going
questionable.
on?
Questionable.
I don't know.
I know.
No
I saw
banner
that.
for him.
Yeah, I saw it all over my social media.
Did he tweeted out, was like, got caught in 4K.
Goodness. Goodness.
Speaking of players, Stevie Johnson joins us next. We'll look at the 49ers and the NFL on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Growing your business? It's all about having the right team on the court. At Bank of Marin, we partner with businesses in the greater Sacramento area, delivering personalized service and local expertise to help you make a slam dunk. Whether it's customized lending or solutions to keep your business growing, you'll benefit from local decision making, expanding, acquiring additional assets, or building a lasting banking relationship. We're ready for tip-off. Bank of Marin, your local business bank. Visit us at bankofmarin.com. Member FDIC.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big deal guy at Folsom Lake Dodge. Vince!
Actually, this time of year, you can call me the Holiday Big Deal Guy.
The Holiday Big Deal Guy!
Because during the wrap-up-the-year sales event at Folsom Lake Dodge, you can save over $18,000 net savings off MSRP on a new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4.
I'll take it.
And for a stocking stuffer,
Keys to a Jeep?
a new 2025 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport S. Right now, I've got one for only $36,995.
That's why they call you the Big Deal Guy! So over $18,000 off a Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
And a Jeep Wrangler Sport for only $36,995. But you'll only find these big holiday deals at one place.
That's right, only one place. At Folsom Lake Dodge! In the Folsom Auto Mall?
But online at FolsomLakeDodge.com.
Ram includes 9873 dealer discount plus 8207 in national stackable and holiday bonus cash. Then SN 667196. Jeep includes 4250 dealer discount plus 12750 in bonus national retail loyalty and holiday cash. Must be current owner of SCA vehicle to qualify for loyalty bonus cash. Then SW 543907. See dealer details expires 1/2/26.
Call
Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply.
Guys, if you're worn down, putting on weight, dealing with low T symptoms, or ED, something's off. Ignoring symptoms doesn't fix the real issue. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. The key areas that reveal what's driving low T, ED, and more. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. This gives you a clear answer on what's off and the steps to improve it. Over 120,000 patients have trusted Revive since 2011 because the results are real. Claim your free full diagnostic panel today. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's TREX.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Oh, it's always a special time of the week. It's time for Stevie Johnson, 8-year NFL vet, former Bills, 49ers, Chargers receiver. And what was your guess this week, Kayla, as far as where Stevie was going to be?
I was like, where in the world is Stevie Johnson? I didn't know. I was like, maybe he's back in the bowling alley, but no, you're surprising us again this week, Stevie.
Yeah. I'm I call this area the pit. This is the barbecue pit area, outside kitchen.
Nice.
Yeah, we in the backyard right now, though.
Beautiful.
Is that thing charcoal or propane?
Yeah, it's both. It's
that a boy. That a boy.
Yeah. I like the hybrids. We don't want to go too far on that one.
Oh, looks very nice, Stevie. Well, let's ask you about Phillip Rivers. Some say that the Phillip Rivers story is an example of how NFL teams are not doing a very good job of developing quarterbacks. What do you think of that notion?
Well, it's a mix. I wouldn't say it's a fault on the NFL in this case because Coach Steichen, he was the quality control guy in San Diego when Phillip Rivers was there. So he has history with him. So in this case, it really has nothing to do with their backup, with Riley, their backup, who actually won the national championship. So we know he's more than able and capable to run an offense. But in this situation, it's just so special that Coach Shane and Phil go back decades, So it was just one of those things that I think clicked for the Indianapolis Colts, considering Daniel Jones went down with the injury.
And how did you think he played against the Seahawks?
Okay, at the end of the day, he put his team in position to win. And that's ultimately what you want and what you need from a quarterback or from any player. Considering Phillip is 44, he came out 5 years removed, 1 week of practice, and he put up 120 yards. He got a touchdown. He did throw for an interception. He didn't throw any bombs downfield. But at the end of the game, it was down to a field goal for the Seattle Seahawks to beat them. So, I feel like he did his job, and hats off to him.
Stevie Johnson joining us today on the Drive Guys. We'll get to Niners in just a sec, but on the note of that quarterback discussion, kind of taking something off of it. It was just announced today that Tua Tagovailoa has been benched by the Dolphins. They're going to go with Quinn Ewers at quarterback for the rest of the season, it sounds like. So it does bring us to a point of what is going on, because I feel like teams are just grabbing and reaching for anything right now besides, their starters, who a lot of them are getting benched.
Yeah, well, the thing with Tua out there in Miami is it's been pretty interesting since he came out and was calling people out or saying things that he should have just kept in the locker room. So I feel like that shift should have happened weeks ago. It's just he's a talented player. And when you know the offense and you're comfortable with the offense, a coach isn't just going to throw anybody in there, so you're going to give your best option. And in Miami, Tua was still that best option. But at this point, you see the writing on the wall is clear now, that they're going to move on with either Ewers or they'll draft another guy, and then there'll be a quarterback battle going into next season. But we'll see Tua probably on another team next year.
Mm-hmm. And one more quarterback question for you, Stevie. Aaron Rodgers, I can't figure out that team. Every time I start to think, well, Pittsburgh isn't that good. Here they are. They're in position now to win that division, which we all assumed would go to Baltimore. It's kind of an underdog story for Aaron Rodgers now. What have you made of the way he has helped that team? I know they're primarily a defensive team, but how about the job he's done putting them in position to possibly win that division?
Again, I love it. Another OG, another guy 40 plus, and he's leading his team to situations where they can win and pull off these wins. It was kind of tricky watching the Pittsburgh Steelers because you watch them playing against the Buffalo Bills, and as up and down as the Buffalo Bills may seem, they're still a great team, and they went up against that team and looked very bad. And then they go up against a Cincinnati team, and they dominate them, and I think that's who they are. Really, they're a defensive-minded team with a manager at quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. And I think Aaron Rodgers is doing a great job at managing his team for the age that he is also, considering we was talking about Phillip Rivers.
Game manager, that's what he is now.
Game manager.
Yeah.
I know. Nobody likes that title, though.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I
but
know.
They all have to evolve into that.
Right. Isn't that crazy, though? You say game manager, and, you usually get negative feedback for people if they're not players or coaches or something. It's like the fans don't like to hear that necessarily.
Yeah,
but you're
'cause
right.
They know it's not showtime. Yeah. No deep passes, but we're managing the game. And that's the tricky thing with Josh. I watch the Bills a lot, obviously. And he's went from the highlight playmaker guy, and now he's evolving into a game manager. And you hear the banter on the media and the fans saying man, where's let it rip,
Mm-hmm.
But guys, we don't really need that right now. You just need a manager like a Brady, how Peyton Manning ascended to. Every quarterback, every great turns into that.
For $40 million, I'll be a game manager.
Yeah,
right.
Me too.
Come on now, for less.
Yeah. Still joined by Stevie Johnson. Stevie, jumping over to the 49ers, they got the win over the Titans, and now they move forward. I'm not even going to ask you about no game that game. We'll talk about as they move forward here versus the Colts and the Bears. What's your thoughts as they get some of these guys coming back on the defensive side, especially defensive line, and how good or can they be good? They're average. They're game managers on defense. What's your outlook on the defense right now?
Yeah, it's only beneficial for the 49ers. They've been through the fire, and they're still here with, I believe it's 10-4. That's the third best in the NFC right now, although they're sitting at right now with the 6th or 7th seed. But, this team is playing great. And then you get these guys coming back on defense, and that's what you need in the NFC because you're going up against a MVP hopeful. And who's that in the Rams? What's my guy? What's my guy in the Rams? The quarterback.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah, Matt Stafford. Yeah, he's going crazy. 35 touchdowns. And then the other quarterback out in Seattle, Sam Darnold. If you apply pressure on those two guys, they can't do the greatness that they put out every Sunday. So with the defensive guys getting healthy, it's only a beneficial game for the 49ers. And we've seen how bad it turned out when they didn't apply pressure on the LA Rams. Matthew Stafford was running circles around them with counter plays, flats, then play action going over the top. It was too much to keep up with. So you got to apply pressure. And that's a good thing that these guys are coming back.
Yeah, Stevie Johnson, we were talking yesterday to Matt Mayoko, who's covered the 49ers for years. He says right now, because of the issues defensively, the 49ers need Brock Purdy in the offense to kind of carry the defense a little bit. The more time the offense is on the field, of course, there's no pressure on the defense. Have you ever been on a team where your offense really had to kind of carry a defense that for whatever reason wasn't as good as they needed to be?
Yeah. And, there was a point where me and Fitzpatrick and Fred Jackson, we was lighting it up, 20-plus points, 25-plus points a game, but our defense was kind of struggling to stop players. So, and then you got times where our offense is having a hard time. So that's why it's called a team. You feel me? And that's what's going on. The 49ers are finding that camaraderie with each other and understanding that, we need to sustain drives because our defense, is a little off right now. So and that's the good thing about like the playoff time, because all those teams that go through the fire, now they're all meeting up. So that's what makes it so entertaining. And if you can win close games and make comebacks, that makes your chance at winning the Lombardi even better, because most of the Super Bowl games are either comebacks or somewhere where the defense had to make a stop, and that's how they got the win. So it's all shaping out to be a good one.
I got to say a quick story that's speaking of that. The 2001 Ravens that had that great defense, and they had like Trent Dilfer. I was doing an interview once with Rod Woodson and with Shannon Sharp. And Shannon Sharp said that defense was so good. He said they would go to Rod and the rest of the guys on the defense, a great defense. And Shannon Sharp would ask them, how many points do you guys need us to score this week? And they'd say, can you give us 7?
Jeez.
And Shannon would be like, yeah, you got it. And the defense would make it stand up because that defense was that good that year.
Well, and Dilfer was the quarterback, so they had to be, you know?
Yes, I'll test that to the Houston Texans right now,
Right.
They had a tough time with their offense, but that defense with 2 defensive ends with 10-plus sacks, that's 20-plus sacks on one defensive line. I mean, that's legendary stuff right there. And that's symbolic to that 2001 Ravens team, like you said.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, offense and defense. Yeah, we talk about offense and defense all the time. Those are the things that, thrill the fans. But I think one thing that goes underappreciated sometimes, and something that is really benefiting the 49ers this year, is special teams. And just explain to people, Stevie, in the game, and knowing sometimes special teams can be an underlying factor for success.
Oh, come on, Stevie.
Oh,
kickers are not football players, are they,
and
Stevie?
it goes beyond kickers, too.
No, they're not football players. They're football players, but they are very important, though. They are very important. And yes, you call it. That's the game within the game, because if you can flip that field, where let's say on a great kickoff return, you get 40-plus or 30-plus, who knows? That's 3 to 4 first downs that you don't have to get. So that's ultimately 3 points at least in your back pocket. And this game is a game of inches and, close games. As you've seen, Phillip Rivers, 44, almost came back from 5 years and lost a game off a field goal. So, kickoff returns and even stopping guys, holding teams on the opposite side. That's huge, because it's so tough to get first downs in this league, although it looks easy because all these talented guys, but it's very difficult to get that 10 yards, and field position is a big part of the game.
Stevie, isn't it incredible? It is to me as just a fan for so long, the way guys are making longer and longer kicks. Like 60 yards now is the new 50. Guys are making 60-yard kicks like it's nothing.
Yes, I can't wait to see somebody kick it from the one. Like, it's just showing though, like the evolution. These kids are getting better. The camps, these skill camps that we have, even the workout, the trainings, everything is getting better. So you just gotta love it and understand that you will evolve with the times. Because at one point that nobody was running routes like me. Now everybody's running routes how I am. So it's all in the evolution, and I love it.
Stevie, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I know you may know Brandon Ayuk, might have him on speed dial, might be your boy. Just the situation that's happened with Brandon Ayuk right now. And, of course, he posted something on IG and people went crazy over it. But have you been a part of that? Have you been on a team that you've seen something like the Brandon Ayuk situation happen?
Dang, you know what? No, this is the first I've seen where – but I understand what's going on in his mind, though. You got to think about this. He's been getting money for a long time now, and maybe is even direct deposit, so you don't even think or you don't see it. and that's where it's kind of blinding to him right now, which I wish he would just woke up earlier. But yeah, he was comfortable in the sense where I know I'm getting paid. I can do whatever I want, really. Even if I stop playing now, I would be good because I had et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, that is true. But man, if only he could think about his legacy right now, you know, and what he's got, even being there in San Francisco. He's probably upset that Ricky's getting a lot of attention. Jawan's probably getting a lot of attention because they're the new guys. And you know, he's feeling entitled, you know, and everybody naturally do. But when you don't have that veteran around to say, hey, look, this is kind of how the game go, you know, you would turn into the mentor, et cetera, or you can find a way to be the mentor and stay. But the way he went about it is totally bad. And I feel like it's the surrounding because, I mean, it takes a village, honestly. You know, we can only do so much as athletes, and I don't want to make no excuses for him. But, I mean, there's there's cousins, there's people that's around him for sure that's just there. And I point at them as much as I point at Brandon for making these decisions and turning down his money just from being comfortable.
Yeah. Let me ask you about wide receivers and blocking. And we know Brandon Ayuk has been a good blocker, and the 49ers receivers, that was a saying, you know, no block, no rock. How important is blocking in that system, and what kind of blocker, honestly, was Stevie Johnson?
Yeah, hey, I was a good blocker because I cared about my teammates, you know, and that's the same thing with Ayuk. Like, Brandon Ayuk is not this villain that he's kind of portraying or that he's showing to be. He's just frustrated. He's lashing out in his own way, which is wrong. Because you see the type of blocker that he is, you see the type of player that he was before everything was just, you know, handed to him through the work that he put in. But he's sensitive, you know, and yeah, I'm kind of off of the blocking thing and still on Ayuk. But yeah, like you gotta put your pride aside when it comes to blocking and when it comes to these new guys coming in that's go eventually be the talk of the town or talk of the facility. You know, you're not the hot toy all the time, you know, and you got to just understand that.
Wow.
Stevie, one more for me in terms of the general football sense, because I just realized this is the first time we've had you on since Patrick Mahomes and Micah Parsons go down with ACL injuries, done for the year. I'm curious in your thoughts of that. And does this have anything to do with just adding on games? And I think we're going to probably see 18 here soon. Does that have anything to do with the wearing down of players?
I don't believe it has anything to do with adding on games as much as it does with the coaches putting too much on them at practice. You know, throughout that week, I think it's too much pressure on, all right, it's track meet Friday or it's track meet Thursday, or hey guys, you had your day off on Tuesday. Now we back on Wednesday. It's time to work hard. I need you. Guys are in the NFL now. We're pros now. So it's the point where you got to teach them in the classroom and then go on the field and do like more so walk through 50% type thing and less of the full speed. And, you know, even in training camp, showing out and I got to go hard. Guys running too hard, you're running yourself out, and these things happen. Unfortunately, it happens even if you don't work too hard, considering the type of sport that we're playing. So I charge it to the practice mindset. Coaches got to change that practice mindset and let guys chill more and do work as opposed to working at 100% or not even 90, 80% is too much for me. With this type that we're playing.
Hey, Stevie, man, your boys, beside the 49ers, because you're part of the faithful as well, got a W against the Patriots, who I continuously keep saying, I just don't believe in them yet, right? And I'm probably one of the few, or maybe I'm one of the many. What's the pulse on the Bills Mafia? How you guys feeling as you move forward, taking care of the Patriots and still having an opportunity to maybe jump up and grab that division?
Yeah, it's funny that we just got finished talking about Mahomes, and unfortunately with that knee injury, hey, Mahomes, holla at me because you're not going to be doing too much. You just need a space creator, so I can we'll work out on the offseason. Like
That's right. Politic, man.
But as far as, you know, as far as the Bills Mafia go, they feel like this season is wide open now that you're not going against a guy that knocked you out 4 years, you know, in the playoffs. Joe Burrow knocked us out 1 year in the playoffs, and the Bills don't get to play neither of those guys. So they feel like this needs to be the year to go to the Super Bowl and meet our San Francisco 49ers in Santa Clara. And we finally get that 49er Buffalo Bill game that I've been calling out for 5 years already.
What jersey you wearing, man?
Hopefully this is that year.
What jersey you wearing if that happens?
Oh, I gotta go with I think I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bill jersey. Since the Niners already got the Super Bowl, Bills never got a Super Bowl. You feel me? They drafted me first. You dig? I always got love for the Niners, but I'm gonna be going for the Mafia.
I thought you was gonna say Kentucky. It was like stay out the way. You know what I mean?
Whoa,
That big blue.
You sparked my mind. Next time I get asked that question, I'm gonna run with that one.
Oh, what are your thoughts tomorrow night? A big game that has ramifications for the 49ers, Rams and Seahawks tomorrow. How do you think that shapes up?
Man, that's gonna be a good one. That's the one I'm looking for after seeing the Niners dominate the Colts. And then when I go with the Rams Seahawks, where's this game being played at?
That's a good question.
Seattle.
It's in Seattle. Thank you.
In Seattle? Yeah. I want Seattle to dominate the Rams because it's a lot of hype for them, and momentum is a real thing. And a team like that with those threats on the outside in LA, you don't want them to go into the playoffs with momentum like that. So I'm hoping the Seattle Seahawks get that win. And because I understand that if you apply pressure on Darnold, he's not nowhere near the same quarterback as Stafford is when you put pressure on Stafford. So I think it'll be an easier route if the Seahawks stop Matt Stafford for momentum purposes, but leaves it open for the Niners to beat the Seahawks.
Stevie, it's interesting because as a player, I think a lot of times fans always ask, do you guys pay attention to the standings? Are you keeping up with who's beating who on a weekly basis? I know your job now is in the media, so that is your job to do that. But it sounds like you were kind of one of those guys, or maybe everybody is, that paid attention to the standings, looking around, especially as we get closer to the playoffs. Were you always entrenched in the standings?
No, actually, I wasn't. I only have to do it now because I'm more in the media now.
Right.
It's kind of headache. It's a headache for me because as players, we can care less. Yeah. Really, it's like, dude, whoever makes it wherever. Yeah, I know we got to win anyway. Just like Buffalo Bills going up against the Browns now. You guys, the Niners went up against Tennessee. Sorry, Kay. They didn't look at them like, oh, it's whatever. We still got to dominate these guys, So it really doesn't matter who's in front of you. You just got to dominate the opponent.
Stevie, I'm a Seahawks fan, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm from Washington State, but I covered the Titans for 8 years, so I'm partial to, players that played for Tennessee. But I am a Seahawks fan.
Understood. Okay, understood. But this is beautiful. Right? I feel like this is a big game for you guys. Then,
yeah.
How you feel about the Seahawks in the Rams?
Yeah, I don't like Sam Darnold.
That's what I'm saying. You put even a little bit of pressure on him, he's like panicking.
You're exactly.
And I saw it when I was doing some breakdowns. I was like, there's nobody even around him, and he's like already throwing the ball too far, and it was so many opportunities that he could have had. He just got to calm down and not be seeing ghosts.
You're exactly
Man,
right.
Come on, brother. Real fast, this will be our last time talking to Stevie before the holidays. Yeah, we're off next week.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're off.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, no doubt. Anything special, anything dope you got jumping off, brother? You coming back up towards the Bay Area? What's the move?
I'll be in Thailand actually.
So,
yeah. Maybe,
excuse me.
Yeah, maybe I'll be out there still when we run it back in the new year. I don't know how much time I'm gonna spend out there. Maybe a couple of weeks, maybe 3, 4. I don't know just yet.
All right.
But maybe
cool.
we'll be recording live from there.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
thank
Merry
you,
Christmas,
Stevie, for everything you do for us. We really, really appreciate it. 707 forever.
Oh,
yes,
we got to talk about that. Hey, Vallejo, baby.
That's
Stevie,
right.
you ain't know why you from Vallejo.
Fairgrounds.
Yeah.
No, Super Bowl. We go be there. Solano Fairgrounds. We go get it in, and the Niners, Bills go be there, and we gonna have a good time.
Speak it into existence. That's what I'm talking about.
I look forward to that. Yeah. All right, Stevie. Thank you, brother. We appreciate it.
Take care.
So it's interesting when I asked him about the Rams and the Seahawks. Obviously, he wants the Seahawks to win, but he didn't say, I think they're going to win. He said,
I know.
I hope they're going to win.
Yeah. He's like, because that does. It helps the Niners out.
Tremendously.
Yes.
Yeah. If, the 49ers right now, as it stands, they need some help. Mm-hmm. But if Seattle were to win tomorrow night, the 49ers wouldn't need any more help.
Right. And I think
they'd have to win out, but they wouldn't need anybody else to help them out.
Exactly. And, I'd like to see the Rams go down. There's nothing wrong with that.
I would too, but it's hard to imagine, isn't it, if we're being honest?
I know. They're playing some good football this year. I got to give it to them. It's a good team. Stafford's doing it.
You know, the Fred Warner thing, we didn't ask Stevie about Fred Warner. You know, he's not a doctor. Do you think that maybe for at least some of the guys on the team, it kind of is a little bit of a pick-me-up just to think, man, look at Fred. He's trying to come back.
Yeah.
And he's not back till we're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So kind of just a little pick-me-up to see him working so hard.
The way that team operates,
Yeah.
I mean, they motivate themselves from within every single week, it seems like. And that's something that's their guy. You know, you see him in the booth, they do cutaways. And I mean, that is just, I have heard from so many players about him as a guy and just what he is and what he means to not only the Niners guys, but to a lot of individual players, just the type of dude he is. And so, yeah, absolutely. That probably motivates. Like, he's going to possibly be back, or he's at least trying to. Like, we got to get there.
Yeah. Obviously, if you had him playing his best, there's nothing like that. But I would think even if he's, you know, and I know there's roster concerns, but even if he plays, you know, a couple series or something at some point, it's going to be just such a huge emotional pick-me-up.
Be a heck of a story. That's for sure.
Yeah, it'd be the second biggest story of the year behind Phillip
behind
Rivers,
Phillip.
probably. Yeah, and you remember last year, Jay, before he got hurt last year, and I know last year was a terrible year for the 49ers, he was having an all-time great season.
He was, I mean, he was a shoo-in right now for Defensive Player of the Year at that time, but hurt the ankle. He was doing big things. Had a couple picks, pick six once, right? Captain America.
Yeah.
So are you thinking maybe Seattle can get it done tomorrow, Jay?
I'm hoping they can get it done. It helps the Niners.
I know we're all hoping, but do you think they can do it?
Yeah, of course. It's a division battle, man. Yeah, you never know.
All right.
Faith in Darnold.
Yes.
Come on, Caleb.
Somebody just asked, do you wish that you'd had Geno Smith back right now? Okay, Geno's not playing exactly well, but Geno had no line. So, I mean, Geno at least feels cool, calm, and collected, I feel like sometimes.
Yeah.
Sam scares the bejesus out of me.
And Geno wasn't seeing ghosts. Remember
No,
Geno
and
last
Sam
year,
Darnold sees ghosts.
when the 49ers were playing here and they came back, Seattle came back and beat the 49ers. And at one point, you could see he was yelling
Seeing
at the
ghosts?
sideline. No, rather than he was yelling at the sideline like, what the F are we doing?
You're talking about Geno.
Yes, Geno was. Yeah.
It's completely opposite
Yeah.
from what I feel. I feel this coming on even if the Seahawks make the playoffs, is the ghosts appear.
Right. We'll come back, turn our attention back to the Kings. Keon Ellis, does he have the most trade value of anyone on that roster? That's next. Sactown Sports.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Get more for your money at Elk Grove Chevrolet, where value meets style. Lease a new Chevrolet Trax for just $199 per month plus tax. Enjoy its roomy backseat, flat rear window, and simple, attractive interior packed with an 11-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay, and wireless charging. The Trax delivers more for less. Visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com today for full lease details and see why the Trax is such a smart choice.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and Timber Creek Golf Course want to let you know is your official holiday golf headquarters. Right now, they've got an unreal deal going. Buy two, get one free. These are 12 packs of Srixon golf balls. Srixon has been turning heads all year. I've been using these balls. And, yeah, for the record, my pseudo hole-in-one back in September came off a Srixon tee shot, and people aren't letting me forget it, that's for sure. Listen, these balls will not make you a scratch golfer, but for somebody like me, it makes the ball go more in the direction I want it to go in, and that means quite a bit. So whether you're shopping for the golfer in your life or, let's be honest, you're buying for yourself, hey, stock up now. When you're at Timber Creek, grab a gift certificate for lessons to dial in your game for next season. Whether you're fixing a slice or adding distance, improvement doesn't stop for winter. You got your holiday shopping solved. Srixon, buy two, get one free at Timber Creek Golf Course. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Year-end pricing's in effect. Every vehicle's priced to sell before the new year during Happy Honda Days. At Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get behind the wheel of your new Accord or Civic today. Own or lease during Happy Honda Days at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Visit us at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
I know he said we talk about Keon Ellis, and we will. Bobby Marks had some interesting things to say about Keon Ellis today. But before we get to that, Kayla, Jay, dear listener, Joe Burrow fielded a question today that, according to ESPN, seemed irrational to broach even a few weeks ago. Joe Burrow, not Jay's favorite.
Nope.
Joe Burrow was asked, have you ever envisioned playing for another franchise? Kayla, how about you play NFL quarterback?
Yeah.
You don't have to be Joe Burrow. You can be whatever quarterback you want. So how would you answer that? Let's say you are Joe Burrow. Hey, Joe. You ever envision playing for another franchise?
Well, hell yeah, this franchise freaking sucks. I'm just joking. I wish I could say something sometimes like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd probably answer it like, look, it's been a tough season right now. I've got to figure out how to finish this season and stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see, what happens next year with the team.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Yeah. Joe Burrow was asked, have you ever envisioned playing for another franchise? His answer, quote, a lot of crazy things happen every year.
Well, ain't that the truth, Joe?
Woo!
Not so, I mean, that's a weird position to be in because things are really crappy there right now. I mean, it is bad. Vibes are bad. He comes back. It's not really helping because they don't have a defense. What is he really supposed to say? I don't know. That's kind of a general broad statement, but for a fact, you're Joe Burrow. You're one of the more talked about quarterbacks in the league. You leave anything up for interpretation with what you say, and the national media is going to run.
Yeah, I just think you're better off. Your team is better off. And like I said, you're better off if you just kind of Oh, yeah, I'm the quarterback of the Bengals, and I'm committed to that.
Just the
And
basic,
you
yeah.
can still change your mind or whatever, but when you're like, oh, I'll tell you what.
Everything's a little.
You can just see him kind of going, a lot of crazy things happen.
Yeah.
Why do that?
Like me leaving maybe next year,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask for a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not a Joe Cool moment.
No, there'd been speculation. You probably saw that. Oh, he just really wants to win, and he's frustrated because they're not winning. That's all. Well, that doesn't sound like that.
No, he's not helping the cause because again, he's always going to be under a microscope, at least right now, because he's one of the more popular quarterbacks that people want to talk about. So I don't know what's going to go on with Joe. Could he be on the move with quarterbacks these days and what they're doing or not doing? I would not be surprised. And if that's the window, man, it was very small for the Bengals. But I will say they had opportunities in that small window.
Mm-hmm. Joe Burrow, it feels like everybody's trying to do everything in their power to make me not play football, and I feel like I'm fighting it. I'm fighting everybody else. I just want to play ball. That's all I want to do.
Well,
do we need to do a wellness check or something?
I thought... I don't know. I mean, he's dating a model. He seems to be, he's got the big contract and he's the quarterback. He came back from injury. He's healthy, but clearly the losing wears on you. Mm-hmm. And maybe the fact that he wasn't there most of the season, able to help his team, maybe that is something that wears on him. I mean, he's a competitor. We can't take that away from him.
Could be a power play where, they have some potential changes, including the head coaching job. And maybe he's just trying to let people know, I'm not thrilled with this, so you want me to stay, whatever you're going to do is going to have to go through me.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. And there's ways to speak into the media without fully saying it. You're exactly right on that. Mm-hmm. These players aren't dumb.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever, I know he's come close to it lately, I don't think he's ever expressed a desire to play, somewhere else. Some guys will do that sometime, but still he's clearly...
he's from Ohio.
Yeah.
He's born and raised. I covered him in high school. He had started his career at Ohio State. Didn't work out for him. You all know the story. Went to LSU, won a championship. So he is from Ohio, and I know that's always something that can hold a little bit more special to players that want to stay in their state. But when it comes down to it, you want to win a championship. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sure he would be willing to go somewhere else if it worked out.
Yeah, and I know other people have suggested, you know what, he is really frustrated not only with the losing, but just with the injuries. And he's just tired of being hurt
all the time.
And coming back from injuries.
Yeah, you brought up the Andrew Luck thing the other day. He has not had the serious neck things that Andrew was dealing with, and he decided to retire. But I'm sure that gets tiresome. Like you said, it's one thing after another with Joe. Mm-hmm. And at some point, your body does break down. And maybe he, who knows how much longer he plays. I don't know.
He has said that when he said, if I'm not having fun, what am I doing? He said, that wasn't aimed at Cincinnati. So he's said that. But clearly there's something going on with Joe Burrow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And those pesky Bengals.
Who dey? Who dey exactly?
Yeah. So that's obviously something to keep an eye on going forward. Do they play? Yeah. Sunday they play Miami.
Oh my goodness. Quinn Ewers.
Yeah. I don't think that'll be our, I don't think Jim Nance and
that won't be the A team.
Tony Romo will be there for that one. Keon Ellis, does he have the most trade value of anyone on the Kings roster? That's an interesting thought, isn't it? Because we've all assumed, Zach LaVine or Domas or, DeMar or somebody. But we have Bobby Marks on today, and he wrote about this at ESPN.com. Says he may have, all things considered, you look at his contract, the fact that whoever gets him would get his bird rights. He may have the most trade value of anyone on the Kings, which would mean, if that's true, there's a really good chance they're going to trade him. I know that's been talked about. I think I've been in denial about that. I don't want them to, but I'm having to face the fact that it might actually make sense for them to move off of him.
And the big question is, and I think you had asked Bobby Marks this question today, the interview that we had earlier in the show, there were questions about, could you get a 1? And I don't think that's...
Yeah,
I don't think
maybe
that's
some
a
high
thing.
twos.
Some high twos, yeah. So the question is how soon? I think we all know it's kind of inevitable that he is going to be moved, but it's like how soon and where do we think he goes? What's the partners in this?
Yeah. I've just been assuming, and partly because I like Keon, I've been assuming, look, we know what they want to be, what kind of team they want to be, and they want to be defensive-minded, and they want to be 3-and-D-ish and get up and down the floor and put pressure on teams at both ends, and he's a good fit for that. So I've been assuming, well, clearly he's going to be part of the plan. But if you just look at the value here and where they are and trying to swap some things out and reposition, it would be, just asset-wise, a guy that wasn't drafted, if you could get something back for him, I understand it. I don't want to understand it. I don't want him to do it, but I get it.
Yeah, and it'll be frustrated fans for sure. I think Keon Ellis is one of those underdog stories that you really do root for players like that.
I
do.
All here and in Stockton, we saw it happen.
Yeah, you guys watched it, and to watch him progress and everything, and last year having the season that he did, and then going to this year where we just not been able to find out the case of Keon Ellis. We don't know what exactly has gone on, and we still don't know for sure. He could possibly be here still, but it is being said a lot around the league from different people that is probably the piece that goes first before anybody.
Don't you think that's probably why he hasn't played more?
I'm starting to think that. I really am. And that's a weird situation to be in, by the way, as a player. Like almost all season it's been like this, just knowing like the time is coming. That's crazy to have to deal with that and be a professional. I get it. Like that's the business part of it, but it's still crazy.
Yeah. When we come back, we'll take a look at those 49ers. I know we talked about this with Stevie, but hey, how could the 49ers end up as the top seed in the NFC? It's not only is it on the board, it's definitely in play. It's maybe not likely, but it very well could happen. And we'll look at how next on Sactown Sports.
Visit SactownSports.com and join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It's the energy all around you. Lightning and the thunder. The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery. Embrace the company of family and friends and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at choosechangeca.org.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big deal guy at Folsom Lake Dodge. Vince!
Actually, this time of year, you can call me the Holiday Big Deal Guy.
The Holiday Big Deal Guy!
Because during the wrap-up-the-year sales event at Folsom Lake Dodge, you can save over $18,000 net savings off MSRP on a new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4.
I'll take it.
And for a stocking stuffer,
Keys to a Jeep?
a new 2025 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport S. Right now, I've got one for only $36,995.
That's why they call you
the Big Deal Guy.
So over $18,000 off a Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
And a Jeep Wrangler Sport for only $36,995. But you'll only find these big holiday deals at one place.
That's right, only one place. At Folsom Lake Dodge. In the Folsom Auto Mall.
And online at FolsomLakeDodge.com.
Ram includes 98.73 dealer discount plus 8207 in national stackable and holiday bonus cash. Then SN 6671.96. Jeep includes 4250 dealer discount plus 12750 in bonus national retail loyalty and holiday cash. Must be current owner of SCA vehicle to qualify for loyalty bonus cash. Then SW 543907. See dealer details. Expires 1/2/26.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Earlier in the program, thanks for being with us, Jay was talking about how he hasn't seen any previews for any major Christmas movies that he's excited about. You know, it is one of the biggest times of the year for big Hollywood movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took a glance here at what's coming up. I know we talked about the Neil Diamond movie, but December 19th, so coming up we have Avatar, Fire and Ash, Jay. Huh? Avatar.
Yeah, I'm out on that too.
Yeah.
First of all, I saw the first one. The second one was like Ben-Hur. It was like 80 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't watched it. That's the water. This one is
I think I
different.
saw the first one, didn't see the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I don't feel the need to see it.
Kayla, have you seen one or two?
I've seen one.
Okay, so we're all one of two.
I'm out on two as well.
Shouts out real fast because I know you're going down the list. Shouts out to my guy Ryan Coda, who was in the movie industry. I won't tell his business, but
that's the guy that set you up.
Hey, stop telling business, Whitey.
Well,
Not playing.
Well, it's like, now let me detail this. Yeah.
I think you mentioned him.
Yeah, I
before.
have. Yeah, my guy who works over for one of the major companies in the movie game. He sent me a list of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5.
Dang.
So I'm gonna see if you name any of them. And he's like, "Hey, is this thing on? Like, are you responding, Jade? It's there's some good movies.
Okay.
So what you got? He sent me Avatar 2.
Okay.
That's
All
on
right.
there.
The Housemaid, which is a psychological thriller starring Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
Yeah.
Troubled woman who takes a live-in job with the wealthy Winchester family discovers this new world of luxury is full of dark secrets.
But that's not a theater movie. Like, I like thrillers. I'll maybe watch it when it comes out.
Okay.
But why would I do
on an
it
app?
Yeah.
Got you.
Exactly.
Streaming app. Okay. Streaming app type movie.
Yeah, not going to theater.
SpongeBob and his friends set off on their biggest cinematic adventure yet. SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants 2025.
That's a no for me, Caleb.
That's a no for me. I mean, maybe I'll take the nephews.
All right.
And
Well, then that's a yes.
I don't
Yeah,
want
that's
to
a
go
yes.
though. I don't like I didn't grow up with SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
I'll do it for the kids.
December 25th, Christmas Day. Open presents, go to
big
the
one.
movies. Jack Black, Paul Rudd, Anaconda.
Wait, Anaconda.
You haven't
Which
seen
is
that preview for
a
that?
comedy, right?
It's a comedy.
Oh.
Yeah.
version.
Okay.
They play lifelong best friends who set out to remake their favorite childhood movie, the 1997 film Anaconda, only for their passion project to take a deadly turn when they encounter a real-life monster in the Amazon.
Nope. My Anaconda don't want one.
Marty Supreme.
I would say for
You're
Anaconda,
going
I'm
on that?
50% in on it.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's more than anything we'd mentioned on
So
the
far.
19th.
Yeah.
Timothy
It's
Chalamet.
an app.
Yeah.
It's an app. I'm with you. It's a streaming situation at home, not in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Timothy Chalamet stars, let's see, a
Marty
sports comedy.
The
Marty Mauser, a young dreamer and table tennis prodigy whose pursuit of greatness takes him to the edge and back. Gwyneth Paltrow, Kevin O'Leary.
A table tennis movie? Ping pong?
What the
Comedy.
heck?
Yeah.
This movie is about ping pong.
It's a sports comedy.
Dude, we're stretching.
Marty Supreme.
Let me look this up.
Big Christmas release.
On Christmas?
Yes. And then the only other one opening on Christmas is Song Sung Blue. That's the one I won't see.
I'm not seeing any. I'm sorry. I really don't like any of these. These are not piquing my interest.
Wait, it's not. Okay, it's not about Neil Diamond. It's about two struggling musicians who form a Neil Diamond tribute band in the 80s, eventually fall in love and face life's new challenges together. All right, I'm still not going to see it, but at least I thought it was a biography.
That's what I thought it was. So
Neil
again,
Diamond.
it was a poor preview. Going back to my original thought on
whack.
it, poor preview.
Jay, how are you going to find time to see all these?
I'm gonna have plenty of time. The way it's playing out. Ryan sent me one that said Hamnet. Is it Hamnet?
Yes.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, what is
I've
that?
seen the preview for it. I'm looking for it on
916 says Jay. This one is 3 hours long.
Historical drama tells the intimate story that inspired Hamlet. Follows Shakespeare's wife and their son Hamnet.
No.
Let's go.
It sounds like you have to be a movie enthusiast or someone who's like Ryan, who's super, super talented, when it comes to the film industry.
86% on Rotten Tomatoes. And your movie guy says, I'm going to see that. Hamnet.
Yeah.
The Avatar Fire and Ash, according to 916, is 3 hours plus long.
How can you eat? My
Who in the
butt
hell's
would get
watching
sore.
that?
Even in the reclining chairs. I'd have to have like the beverage package.
See, that's got to be the director for any of the movies that long, and that's James Cameron, right?
ridiculous.
Yes.
Where it's like, you need that long to see what I've done here. You know?
Yeah.
Like 2.5 hours is like pushing it, pal.
Exactly. I agree, though. Yeah.
You want me to sit there for how
And
long?
he's like 3. Make it 3.
Because you know what's coming. You're going to get 10 minutes of credits, 15 minutes of credits, right? You're going to get the whole little popcorn and raisinette cartoon in front of it.
Yes.
And then on top of that, you already know most of these movies nowadays has the whatever it's called, the sequel, the cameo on the back end of the movie. So you got to wait like an extra 2 minutes.
Well, that's a great point. In the NFL, when they extended the regular season, they shortened the preseason. So
Yeah.
if we're going to have movies 3.5 hours long, we need less of the fluff up front.
Yep. I agree.
Right?
The fluff goes for like
Agreed.
45 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah,
now.
it's super long now.
Yeah.
It is. Normally, though, am I wrong? And maybe I'm just wrong in the fact that,
Kind of like the previews, though, sometimes.
yeah,
Go ahead.
if it's something that you're interested in.
Yeah.
But normally when it's something you're interested in, it's like coming out 2026,
That's
November, Thanksgiving. You're like, dude, man, I'm going to forget by then. I don't even have time.
Yeah.
I just saw, who just posted it? 50 Cent or somebody posted Street Fighter, the trailer for Street Fighter coming out next year.
Next year.
There you go.
Yeah,
Next year.
yeah.
It's like, man, coming out 2026. And you know it's super long when you don't even have a damn date.
exactly.
It's like, you're coming out 2026. Oh, yeah, December 25th.
There's plenty of things that are going to happen before that. We're going to forget.
Man, I have no clue, but I will. I feel like there's a lack of star power this Christmas when it comes to the movies.
Here's a movie that apparently has flopped or is flopping, and I don't think you'll be surprised when I tell you what it's about. The Carpenter's Son came out in November.
I don't even know what that is.
32% on Rotten Tomatoes, so splat. Supernatural thriller takes place in a remote Egyptian village where a humble carpenter, his wife, and Jesus become the focus of terrifying spiritual warfare.
What in the world?
It says, and their young son Jesus, yes, that Jesus, become the focus of terrifying spiritual warfare. Nicolas Cage.
Oh gosh, it's a
yeah,
Nicolas Cage.
so I guess
huh?
that didn't quite get over.
That was a flop.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? What are you going to watch? If you have to choose, now it's just you go throwback, you go Home Alone 2 or something?
Yes, go.
Okay.
I'm saying go bring Home Alone
Not
to the
two.
theater. Oh, you know
One.
what they're doing?
Disrespect two.
They're bringing the Grinch back. That's what I'll go see. They're bringing the Grinch to the theaters. It's like a
really?
anniversary.
Okay.
So
The
they're bringing
cartoon or
Jim
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 Carrey?
Carrey.
The movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's where I'll go. I'll do a repeat, and I'll go to the theater for Grinch this year.
You ever seen a movie where you were the only one or your party were the only people in the theater?
I have.
I've had like one other person
I have.
in there.
Do you remember the movie?
No, cannot remember.
Do you remember the movie, Jay?
I
I took my nephews once to see, and this was
looking
in San Bruno, and I think we were the only people there to watch. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Killer. Yeah, it was awesome.
Wait, that's a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that coming out. Yeah.
What in the world?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't think it was a terrible film like that.
I'm like,
It was not a terrible
Was it
film.
good?
Two
Was it
different
great? It was great.
Great.
There's a lot of action.
They
I've
couldn't do a
seen
sequel
it.
because he got killed in the end.
Oh, that is crazy.
When he went to the theater at the end, his wife goes, "Come on, we'll be late for the theater." Abraham,
Oh,
like, "Don't go, Abe, don't go."
Honest Dave.
Really, was it good?
For what it was,
Was it action?
Yeah, it was vampires.
So he was like Blade. He was going through rocking
That
folks.
is so bizarre.
Yeah, and that was part of how in this movie he saved the Union during the Civil War. That's the South had all the vampires.
So
Because
it was
he
historic.
really,
You learned
Yes.
I
something.
might watch that over the holidays while I'm off. I'm an action guy.
You
Okay.
too.
Yeah, I've seen movies where it's like you're the only one, but I've taken so long to go see a film that I've liked that has been in the theater for so long. It's like everybody's already seen it but me.
That is so
Look at that. It got 3 stars.
Ooh, that's average.
baby.
Yeah.
See, baby.
And it's actually Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Sorry, I got the name.
I remember seeing that, and I was like, "What did they turn Abe into a?"
It's like we're sitting in there, me and my nephews, Owen and Connor, like, where is everybody? This movie's awesome. These people are idiots. I heard they heard the movie.
Incredible.
Yeah.
What's the go-to? What's the go-to in the Gleason household?
You mean of those?
No, none of that. Talking about this year. Is it going to be something new? Have you guys talked it over? Family, the daughters, anything? Mom-in-law?
I don't know, but I will say one movie that we saw this year, Sheena and I saw that I would say a lot better than I thought was actually Superman.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Didn't see
And
it.
it was pretty
was
funny.
all right?
I thought it was good.
Kayla, what's the go-to in the household with the nephews and?
Oh man, we already have seen Home Alone 2. Man, what other one? Those are like the biggies that we've done so far. But like I said, I actually might want to go see The Grinch in the theater.
Okay.
Do the popcorn and Raisinets.
Do it all again.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
How about you?
He doesn't like movies.
Yeah.
I'm not the craziest, and that's me too. I'm not the craziest movie person either.
You know what I'm going to watch while we're going? Have you guys seen Tulsa King
No.
with Sylvester Stallone?
No.
I've seen previews.
Yeah, so he's in the mob and
Yeah,
all
I've
that good
heard-
jazz, goes to jail, bounces
Spoiler
out.
alert.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And they send him to Tulsa, and things start to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the 3rd season. I'm more, Kayla, just to catch you up, I'm more of a let all the episodes come out, then watch them.
That's
I'm not watching them
exactly.
week by
Right.
week.
Yep.
And like, just tell me when it's over,
Yep.
and we'll get to it.
And then we'll binge.
Yeah, we'll do it like that. We'll knock it down in 3-4 hours, and I'm done.
I'm with you on that.
We're going to come back with a look at Keon Ellis and his value and why Jug says he doesn't understand the whole
trading.
idea of trading, Keon Ellis. Also, what Coach Christie said yesterday, what it means for Devin Carter when we come back to Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Have you noticed how many holiday songs there are about just, it's snowing outside and the weather's bad? At least it serves as a reminder that it's a good time to make sure your furnace is ready for the winter, which is coming up, I think, is this weekend when we have the winter solstice? Anyway, it is time for heater and furnace tune-ups and maintenance. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating will make sure that you're ready. Right now at leesair.com. Check out this offer, $100 off any AC, heating, or plumbing repair. It's not just about keeping your home comfy, It's about making sure your system functions efficiently. We got that new HVAC system from Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating last winter. They took care of us last winter. I know they're going to take care of you. Our system works great, saves us money. You want a company you can trust, don't you? Company with 40 years of experience, a company that's going to treat you right. You want Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Same day, next day appointments are available. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating are your go-to experts for all things related to heating, ventilation, AC, and plumbing. When the weather outside, you want to stay warm, you don't want to burn money to do it. So make sure your home is comfy and energy efficient all year long with Lee's Air, Plumbing, and Heating. License number 635355.
So Pure Talk just had their best year ever and asked me if I'd like to thank their customers on their behalf for being so awesome. I said sure. It's important to say thanks, especially this time of year, which is why, as one of their many satisfied customers, I should probably thank Pure Talk first for keeping their customer service in this country and for providing hundreds of American jobs. I appreciate that. I also appreciate their Roundup program, which makes it easy to support America's Warrior Partnership and join the fight against veteran suicide. And I love that Pure Talk donated 1,000 hand-sewn Made in America flags to veterans around Independence Day. And of course, I really appreciate their generous support of my own foundation, MicroWorks, and their commitment to help us train the next generation of skilled workers. Having said all that, it's now my pleasure, on behalf of everyone at Pure Talk, to thank you sincerely for choosing to do business with an American wireless company that actually stands for something. And one more thing. Merry Christmas.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments. Some restrictions apply. Make the switch to energy that works for you. Over the next few years, your utility bill is going to keep skyrocketing with nobody doing a thing about it. It's up to you to say no more. Continuum delivers solar solutions tailored for your home. They handle everything from design to installation, so you can enjoy lower bills and cleaner energy. Ditch your utility company and take control of your power. Check them out at takebackyourpower.com and have your home's energy powered by Continuum.
Tomorrow night, Kings and Trailblazers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner.
Starts at 5:30 with tip-off at 7. Listen to your Sacramento Kings.
On the official home of Kings basketball, Sactown Sports 1140.
Guys, leave weight gain, low T, and ED in 2025. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering free full diagnostic panels. A $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
You ever notice how the other guys scream about massive discounts on their Dodge, Chrysler, or Jeep Ram vehicles? Then you get to the fine print and boom, another $5,200 in mandatory ads. At Hoblet, we don't insult your intelligence. The price you see is the price you pay. No mystery add-ons, no bait and switch, no gotcha when you sit down to buy. Hoblet, family owned for 77 years. Transparency, straightforward pricing. Buy it right, buy it at Hoblet.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Yeah, it's holiday season, so it's bowl season. So we're watching, is this the Cure Bowl?
Yes, sir. That's right.
Old Dominion against South Florida.
Yeah. Old Dominion's up 17-10 with 13 minutes to go.
So we got a lot of bowl games between now and New Year's, don't we?
Sure do, yeah. I kind of like it just if I'm bored, and there's something that draws my attention. I think the playoffs start this weekend. So that'll be interesting. And those are home sites. So that's changed here recently. So some of the playoff teams are going to be playing in their home sites this weekend.
Are they starting earlier this year? Jay, help me out. Is this early for the playoffs to start?
Because there's so much of it.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess
It's compared to the last couple, yes, because remember it went to 4 to 12 now.
That's right. So it is a week earlier,
get it
right?
all squeezed in.
So now you don't have to watch Hamnet. You can watch a bowl game, baby.
I don't know. Somebody here in chat, Troy Perry says Hamnet is devastating. Really great though.
Why is it devastating?
I think that's really sad.
Just
really
tragedy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very.
You gotta be in the mood for that.
I
and
can't
if I'm
do
going
that.
to the theater, I'm not in the mood to see nobody.
That's a great point.
You know,
movies are so expensive now. There used to be a time when maybe you could go, hey, this movie seems interesting. Let's go and find out. And now I'm like, no I got to read like 5 reviews.
Yep.
Make sure they're good.
It's fair.
Yeah.
It's very pricey. And you can't just go and not have like a thing of popcorn, a Diet Coke or a Coke. You know, you add things on and then you're getting up there.
Right.
In pricing.
Popcorn is now $70.
Yes, sir.
Pretty much.
And that's
pretty much.
That's for the non-refillable version.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and if I'm watching a tragic, movie, then I'm really eating tubs of popcorn. Then I'm going to go back for like 2 more.
Hamnet sounds like a multi-tub.
Popcorn kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
I can't afford that.
You might have to be at the house for that joint.
Yeah.
Same. I don't think I've ever been to a theater where it's not been action or comedy.
Yeah.
Or like a thriller horror. I remember going to see Scream years ago.
Yep.
Jay, Anaconda is your movie. It's both.
I'm locked in?
That's right.
Yeah, it's just crying out. It's just shouting your name. Jay, come watch me. Action, comedy.
Can I wait till it hits
Christian McCaffrey's in the promo. You see that, right?
Oh, really?
Nah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's one of the, and he's not in the movie, I don't think, but in one of the commercials, Paul Rudd and Jack Black are like, what are we going to do here? And then Christian McCaffrey's sitting there in a chair going, you need somebody like me.
Oh, fun. I have not seen that.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'll have to pay attention.
And then there's a scene, they show a scene, which I don't think is in the movie. It's just in this promo where he and Jack Black are running away with pigs on their heads with the snake chasing them.
What in the world?
Yeah, well, the pigs are like bait for the
snake.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
This is
Don't waste your time, Kayla.
not the theater for me. Nope.
We'll let the Gleason family visit.
You give us the review on that.
That is your movie.
Siskel and Kev.
Yes.
Jug says, I don't understand about trading Ellis is if you only get a second-round pick back, what are the chances that player drafted is going to be a better defender and three-point shooter than him? Very low, I would think. That's a great point. We had earlier today Bobby Marks on from ESPN, and he has his look at all 30 teams at ESPN.com. And we asked him about Keon Ellis. He says Keon Ellis might be the one with the most value on the Kings roster on the trade market. So we asked him, well, is there any chance the Kings could get a first-round pick for him?
Yeah, probably not. Yeah. I mean, if it is, it would have to be somewhat of a protection, and it's somewhere in the 20. If it gets to the 20s, I would say probably unlikely here, just because he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. But whoever gets him in a trade has his bird rights, which means they can exceed the salary cap to re-sign him. So that does give you somewhat of an advantage here. So, yeah, I mean, I think when you look at the roster from whether it be Zach or DeMar or Domas, just based on those three guys making, north of $20 million, and you have a guy on Keon on a really good contract and a good number here, he just kind of fits easier than one of those other three players do. So I think if you're looking at multiple seconds, you certainly would want something good. For example, New York's got multiple good Washington seconds. Those almost equate to kind of a late first-round pick as far as where you see the Wizards are. So I do think, the goal is if you're going to move him, which you probably would because you're unlikely going to probably sign him, then you are looking for something good in value. And I know second-round picks don't move the needle, but, there are teams, listen, Golden State drafted Draymond Green with a second, and that pick was acquired in a prior trade. So, yeah, I think it probably starts with him, and I think he's probably the easiest out of the players to move off of.
So I don't know what you guys think. To me, Jug, the answer to your question is this, trying to guess how Scott Perry's looking at it. If we could get 2 good seconds, good meaning, they're well-positioned, for a guy that was undrafted, there's a really good chance we're going to get somebody who is a better player. Maybe not. Keon we know what he is. He is a guy that if you're already a pretty good team, you could see how, man, that guy's going to help us. If you're the Kings and you're looking for more upside, where it's like, Keon's good, but we're not good enough for a guy like him to really help us that much, maybe we're better off spinning him off for a couple more shots at better players.
That's where you have to, if you're Scott Perry, this is all the little things that it's so important to get right. Because if you truly are okay with getting rid of him, yes, but you got to make sure what we're going to get in return, that's going to fit most likely in what we're trying to do. You're right.
And to that point, you can't be sure. It's not like if you're getting draft picks, you're not sure of anything.
You're not sure if it's a draft pick situation, but then you can spin it off like you said. But you have to be 100% sure, which I think at this point, if we see Keon go, that might have been the situation all along. And again, might solve the mystery of why we have not seen the minutes ever really go up for Keon, even though it's believed that he is more so of a guy that would fit in Doug Christie's system. There's got to be a reason why they're moving him.
And it could be a situation where, if we can move him for something we like, great. If we don't, we like him, we'll re-sign him.
Mm-hmm.
It could honestly be, we're prepared to go down one of two paths. We just don't know yet which one, possibly. Maybe that's more likely than just like, we got to get rid of this guy. That's hard to imagine.
And then at the same time, though, it's like if you want to start moving things, and that's the first one where you're getting something in return that you can work with. I think they're going to make the move because they're got to start making things move.
Right. And as Frankie has pointed out many weeks ago, he could be one of those sweeteners, like Family Schlegel says. I hope he's used in a package with one of the younks rather than just Keon by himself. And by the way, Spencer Lampkin says, luckily I live in Red Bluff, so it's $30 for two of us with all you can eat popcorn and soda.
What?
That's incredible.
In Red Bluff?
That's what he says.
Who said that?
Spencer Lampkins.
Man, Spence, man, let me come on over to be a part of the Lampkins family.
Yeah. How far is Red Bluff, by the way?
Couple hours.
I'm still kind of learning all the
north.
Yeah, it's going north.
Things.
Northeast, kind of into the valley.
Middle nowhere area.
Yeah.
Middle
Reading, Red Bluff, all going up towards that way.
Okay.
Chico-ish.
You shoot by that.
Gotcha.
Got to shoot by that.
But man, that's a heck of a deal right there.
I think so. That sounds too good to be true.
Dang.
$2.15. We said $2.15.
$30 for two of us with all you can eat popcorn and soda.
All you can eat?
What
and
the
drink?
heck?
Are we talking like first run movies or is this like the dollar cinema?
Birdcage? What is this? Remember Birdcage, Mr. Breeze?
Yeah.
Is this Birdcage Theater up here? What's happening, man? I'm just trying to figure it out. Come on. You could go see Anaconda right now for a soft 30 shot.
Yeah, how are they making money?
CJ's warming up to Anaconda. Yeah. TC says, I'm taking 2 seconds, no matter how you want to shake it, with one of the second-round picks being this year, so we will have 3 this year and a first-round pick and a loaded wing draft.
Okay.
I think that's probably the smartest play with Keon is what he is, and it's a great story, but I just need better players than Keon right now, and I need a lot of them.
Also,
because I just need a lot of everything.
You not only need a lot of everything, but again, we go back to this is Scott Perry's era, right? Like this is his. This is going to be his. He's not one of his guys. You always have to take that into account. They want to build what they want to build with their people. So they they're going to get blamed if it doesn't go right. But if you keep the same people and then you're attached to that, so it is always kind of best when you're refreshing to really just do what you can to clean out.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Keon's what you will need to include to get somebody to take one of your bigger deals.
Which that's going to be work. That's going to be like a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
But never say never. I mean, Mark said it today.
I was just pause for a moment because I was just considering the possibility of the Kings being able before the deadline, which is February 5th, to move off of both of their biggest contracts. Not that I'm in any hurry to get rid of either Domas or Zach LaVine. Not that I'm one of those people who's like, oh, this guy's terrible. No, but I think that would really go a long ways towards refreshing. But again, I'm reminded, Kayla, when the Raiders tore it down, they were still in Oakland, and Reggie McKenzie was the GM.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and he tore it down to the studs, and he said, that's the easy part. Tearing it down to the studs is the easy part. And now he did a pretty good job. With Derek Carr, they got back to the playoffs. It was a souffle that wasn't built to last, and they didn't have sustained success. But he did rebuild that team into a playoff team. But I'll never forget that. Tearing it down is
the easy part. By the way, Reggie's a great guy. He's in Tennessee now.
Oh yeah,
really good dude.
I've wondered why he hasn't gotten hired again, because I thought he did a pretty good job with them.
Yeah, he was on the list to get hired, and he's part of the staff now. But yeah, really cool guy. Forgot that whole connection here.
Okay, yeah. So tearing it down, which we haven't really seen yet. Yeah,
that's the easy part.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the easy part for the Kings with these big old contracts.
That's true, because it's hard to get people to come on. Zach LaVine's a great shooter.
Yeah, what sweetener do you need with him?
By the way, we got an update on Zach LaVine's injury, and there's really nothing surprising about it, but the Kings made it official. He underwent an MRI on his left ankle and moderate left ankle sprain. So he's going to be listed as out and will be reevaluated in 1 week, and that's sprained ankles. And thank goodness that's all it is. But, those hurt, and you really can't play on it. But a sprained ankle, I remember the great Jim Barnett told me. Jim Barnett used to play for the Warriors, and I did some Warrior pregame stuff with him. He said, sprained ankle takes 2 weeks. No matter who you are, it takes 2 weeks. So that's good news that it's nothing worse than that was.
Right. Yeah. And now it's just, again, maybe that's also why Doug said it when he said it in terms of these younger, because I don't know how much other choices they've got. They've got a lot of guys that are down.
Yeah.
So
Domas should be reevaluated any day now if he hasn't already, because it's been 4 weeks since they said 3 to 4 weeks reevaluating the meniscus tear.
Yeah.
And that, I'm not a doctor, but to me, that's really something to keep an eye on, because they don't want to do surgery. So if it's healing nicely, okay, and then we can assume that, all right, that's the case. But if you're reevaluating, then, I'm sure Domas is very interested to see, all right, how's it looking?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably healing fine. And then,
I mean, I hope for all cases, whether or not they decide to trade him or he stays, never going to help to have him on the sideline.
Yeah. Now, what Doug Christie said yesterday about we've got to find out about our young guys, develop them. What does that mean for Devin Carter? Last night, Devin Carter, as we told you earlier, you may know this without us telling you, against Rip City, the Rip City remix. 30 points, 12 of 25 shooting, 5 of 13 from 3, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, as we said earlier. Also, when Devin Carter goes down to Stockton, he's the man. He's the focal point offensively.
He is down there. But how many times have we discussed it's the G League for a reason, and you're not playing NBA caliber, starting guys. And so good for him, and good for the fact that he is getting minutes and that he is working on his shot and that he is, building up his confidence. All things that you need a young player like Devin Carter, a first rounder. He was a first rounder, let's remind ourselves, to get, because he right now has not been able to get himself in games much here. And so anytime you can put him down there, get him some minutes is a good thing. How will that transfer to him possibly playing more here once Doug Christie actually shows us that he's playing some of these young players? I don't know how that will transfer over, because I've just seen bits and pieces this season with him coming in, and it's not enough for me to be like, okay, we're seeing progress at this level. Maybe if he sees more minutes here, we do start to see that. But right now, he is a big, huge question. I have no idea what to think about Devin Carter.
Yeah, I like Devin Carter. We talked to him media day, and I'm rooting for him. And I think he's kind of been, in some ways, done wrong by the organization. They haven't played him much, and of course, he's had bad luck with the injury. But I look at the numbers last night, and 30 points jumps out at you. But he needs to shoot better than that. He just has to shoot better than that.
What'd you say about his shot?
It's just really funky looking.
Yeah. And is that in because of
I'd have to go back and look. It's always been a little kind of okay.
Kind of wonky.
And then, with the shoulder injury, I don't know if he hasn't shot the ball well since then, really, although in the summer league he shot the ball pretty well. So I don't know the answer to your question, but it's a great question. And I'm sure, his coaches have looked at that, but I'm not sure exactly if it's changed since the injury. But here's where I was going. Dalton Connect, your guy, Jay's guy.
Our guy.
Yeah, your guy, Dalton Connect. Isn't he kind of one of your guys, Jay?
He's my guy.
He gets sent down to the G League, and he played for the South Bay Lakers against the San Diego Clippers.
Show.
Yeah. And so they sent him down, and he had a big night. He had 30 points, but he shot the ball really well. He shot 59%, and I think he made 6 out of 10 threes. I'm sorry. There's a story here. I saw his numbers earlier, and I don't think his three-point numbers are on here, but I think he made 6 out of 10 threes. That's when you go down to the G League, that's what you got to do if you're a shooter. It's like, nobody can guard me down here.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to kind of dominate. Like you said, efficiency with shooting and the threes. Like, that's one thing that he, did a lot of down there in Tennessee too. That season he was down there is he's a shooter. Like, that's what he's known for, and that's why he got drafted where he got drafted. Unfortunately, you just said being treated unfairly. Maybe Devin Carter has by this organization. That's to a T. If more, I would say, from what Connect was treated like.
Who? You got traded.
That's ridiculous. You
Suck
get
it up
traded?
and make a jump shot.
Oh, by the way, we traded you. We didn't want you. You're trash. Oh, by the way, come on back. Come on back. Back it up.
What'd you say, Whitey? You don't care.
Suck it up. Make a jump shot. Boo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
Go home and cry on your pile of money, Rook. Now make a shot.
He is dating some Love Island star.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Olivia. She's Australian.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask me how I know all this.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm just not. I don't have a lot of sympathy for him.
No, that's okay. That's all right. I kind of just want to see some of these people. Sometimes these players that maybe haven't had the most fair shot. Sometimes I just want to see them in a different place.
According to this report, not to get too carried away with Dalton Connect, but he didn't force the issue. He didn't dominate the ball. He simply played within structure and let the game come to him. And, if you're a shooter, that's what you have to do. The best ever at that possibly was Klay Thompson, who was standing in the corner and scored 60 points on 11 dribbles or whatever it was.
Yep.
I know people get mad when I talk about the Warriors. What are you talking about the Warriors? But I'm just using him as an example.
Be careful.
Yeah.
You've talked about the Lakers for 2 minutes and then transitioned into the Warriors.
Yeah. We
treading lightly around here right now.
We got in trouble yesterday with Warrior talk.
I hope Devin Carter gets to play a lot more if the Kings are, in fact, going to play the young players more.
Yeah, I have nothing is wrong with saying that. Get him down. Maybe that's the thing. They're getting him down there. He's playing in some games. And when the time is right, we'll see him in the lineup.
Let me ask you guys this, because this is something that I've thought about, and we haven't had this conversation yet. You won't know what you really have probably for a season or for a couple of seasons when you're talking about players. It probably takes 2-3 seasons for the people the powers that be in the NBA to say, okay, we know what that person is.
There's always a few guys that right away, but you're right.
Yeah, exceptional, or it's just okay, they don't have it at all, right?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a curve for just about everybody, a high percentage players. And this is a Kings ideal question is this. Let's just say the youngsters play for most of the season, heavy minutes, for the rest of the season, heavy minutes. Will King fans come out and say, well, we know what that person is, meaning Neek or Max or Devin, or is it going to be, well, we still don't really know and you got to bring them back next year to kind of figure it out? Hey, where do you think Kings fans will be? And to each their own, right? Max will be different than Neek, and Nick will be different than Dev, and Dev will be different than Dylan Cardwell, and so on and so forth. But do you think we'll have a honest answer, or at least a judgment by Kings fans by the end of the season if these youngsters play heavy minutes?
As you're asking that, I'm thinking back to Keegan.
Bingo. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, and I think by halfway through his second year, fairly or unfairly, I think a lot of people had made their judgment, don't you?
Agreed.
Yeah.
But I still think they're asking about him.
Yeah.
And the three-point shot and, that stuff.
Yes, but there are some that have decided, he's not all that. There's still some people I think they think the Kings overpaid on his extension. But I don't think we know yet, Jay. So it's two different things. Do we know? No. Do people, are they going to judge? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to judge about as early as you can.
I think this season in particular, I mean, there's a lot that's not gone right, and you're right. If that's what they have to look forward to, these fans is seeing some growth out of some of these young players, and it doesn't happen, or it doesn't happen to the pace they want it to. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of frustration. Is it fair yet? I don't know, because you don't have all the right pieces yet to surround him either. But you do need to see some sort of individual growth with these players. You absolutely have to.
I think a lot of fans, and they may be right, but a lot of fans have made up their mind about Devin Carter.
I think
so, too. And if you look at the numbers, you can say, it's really too early. And, Jerry Reynolds says, well, you can't give up too early on a guy. So we don't know for sure yet, but I think for a lot of fans, when it comes to making the judgments, a lot of fans, I think, have already said, he's not. They shouldn't have picked him. He's not that good.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see.
It will be interesting moving forward if the youngsters do play and how quickly we kind of judge them, because right now the conversation is let's see what we have. Let's see what we have. But then you also have Keegan on one side where you guys explained it. It's almost, contradiction.
Yeah.
It's really like a contradiction. But I know you need to see them play. They need to play bigger minutes to even learn as well. They got to go through the fire, trial by error.
It's so difficult because there's so many variables. I'm punching it up here, but I'm going to say something about the team in the Bay Area real quick.
Oh, shoot.
When they had their
ballers?
when they had their
GS
after Durant left and the Warriors they called it the gap year, and they won 15 games that year.
Yeah.
And they had a guy named, do you remember him? Eric Paschall.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He was, I think, second team all rookie, and he was like, oh, well, he's a bright spot. The next year he was like he was pretty much done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his rookie year on a team that was terrible, he averaged 14 points a game. And he was 6th in Rookie of the Year voting, and I think he was second team all-rookie. So his 1 year in the league, it looked like, okay, well, there's a player. And he played 98 games after that and was done in the NBA. He started 5 games after that. So my point is, in this environment that we're going to have this year, if the Kings go really young, sometimes guys are going to look good just because
that's a good point, too.
On every bad team, somebody's scoring 20 points a game. So it's just another thing that makes it – I'm not saying, oh, these guys are all going to be terrible. I'm just saying it's harder to really know how good they really are sometimes.
That's a great point right there. I mean, like it's almost opposite of what we were saying. Like in terms of you could have one of these guys you think is is a progress. This is he's scoring all these points. Wait a second here. Could even be –
yeah, I'll be honest. That's one of the things I've been wondering about Precious Achiuwa this year. I've been talking to people like Henry and Jerry, but the eye test and everything that people that really know this stuff, it all adds up to, no, he's really playing well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's getting a great chance, but he's really playing well.
Do you keep it? Like you keep that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go get him now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tighten his game up a little bit.
Yeah.
It
seems to fit here at least.
I think it's a catch-22 with some of the youngsters because we will judge them as fans, and then at the same time, there's going to be some, Nick, I'm willing to give Nick a little more time.
Oh, yeah, people love him.
Yeah, and you probably, or Max, Max is quickly becoming somebody that a lot of Kings fans are like, oh, he's going to be the greatest ever, so those guys will probably get more leeway, more rope, where Devin Carter, Whitey, I'm with you, it's probably come to the end with Kings fans, with some of them. Some of them, I still don't know what he is. I'm with you. I have no clue what Devin Carter is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Truly don't. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's a shooter, a defender, all-around guy, point guard, two-man. I don't know what he is.
But was he ever put in the position to show what he was?
Not like this. And it was funny because in Summer League, and I know we got to take a timeout, Summer League, they wanted him to play point. And he said, I've never really done that. And he played point and was like, he's not a point guard.
That was not it.
Yeah. He's not really a point guard. So
he's a combo. Is he a two?
Tweener?
Yeah.
He is a tweener.
Yeah. They kind of they tried to shoehorn him into something that, So it's a big, what is it, 50-something games left.
He's kind of Keon, right?
I don't know.
Keon's a tweener.
Yeah.
He's not a point guard. He's
But Keon can shoot.
And he's big.
Yeah.
You know, it's
So he's a
Devin's
2.
undersized. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely not a 1.
So Keon's a 2 in both of you guys' eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. He's super short for a 2, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like 6'3", but they list him. Depends what you look.
He is not 6'3".
I can find him listed at
with
6'7".
all respect.
If you give me a second.
What?
Yeah.
I'll find places
Man, that must be
6'6" or 6'7".
must be on one of them Kings blogs.
He's the incredible growing player. Yeah,
Right? He just keeps growing.
Yeah. Charles Barkley apparently agrees with Jay when it comes to that in-season tournament. I don't know about Caleb, but I strongly disagree. How about you? We'll find out next. Sactown Sports.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-291-0198. 800-291-0198. Again, that's 800-291-0198.
The clock is ticking. This holiday season, give the gift they'll really love. A new Honda from Northern California's best Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Happy Honda days are happening right now. Score big with low payments, top trade-in value, and a huge selection of new Hondas, all at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heating and Air. They're now upgrading what they do to include plumbing. They're bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. So they're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. You hear me talk about them all the time as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement. And now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free and give you that second opinion. And right now, they got a free furnace special with a full system installation up to $2,500 in rebates. All for a company that's been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Take a deep breath and visualize. It's this weekend. You just won up to $100 instant Kohl's cash just because you were one of the first 100 in-store customers. Plus, you'll save big during the 48-hour holiday savings blitz. Visualize it all happening this weekend at Kohl's. No purchase necessary while supplies last on 12/20/25 and 12/21/25. One card per household. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Offers end December 21st. See store or kohls.com for details.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
We got some UC Davis basketball coming up, and we've been trying to get them to push it back, but we were unsuccessful. This is going to be our last segment of the afternoon. Sorry.
Ah, man.
Yeah,
I think it's our last segment that I have with you guys for a little bit at least. I don't know when I'm filling in next. So.
Oh, well, hopefully we'll have you back soon.
I know.
Thank you for everything. If we don't see you,
fun
and
week.
even if we do, have a great Christmas and all that, but hopefully we'll see you before then.
Yeah.
I'll shoot you a text, see if you watched Cabinet or Avatar 3 or
Right?
2. You still got to do 2 like me.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted on
the
the
Grinch.
movies. The Grinch.
And if you
yes.
go to Red Bluff, get you a couple all-you-can-eat popcorn
right.
deals and soda deals for $15.
Now you guys have me craving. Now I am craving buttery popcorn and a Diet Coke. This is now something I will have to get.
Are you sure it's really butter?
What is it supposed? What do you mean?
Isn't some of that stuff like butter flavoring?
Well, probably, but it tastes
The
good.
liquid joint?
Yeah, it just tastes good. Sometimes
Are you trying to say why you don't put the liquid butter on your popcorn?
If someone else does, I'll eat it, but I don't.
He does not, yeah.
Oh, really?
Ask for it. Terry says Regal has $23 a month, all you can watch subscription. Just sneak in your popcorn bucket a couple of times. I've heard of those.
Yeah, I thought they did away with those for a while, then they came back.
So Regal?
I like that. Like
23
a season,
shots.
Like a movie season ticket.
Yeah.
Okay.
$23 a month? That's what it said? A month, right?
Yeah.
So it's a subscription.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to really like movies.
You do.
You do.
Yeah.
And I'm with you, Jay. I don't think I like watching movies myself. I really have to know though that I'm gonna invest in that to do it.
You know who had one, and I don't remember to what company, was Chris Verlaine.
Doesn't surprise
CV
me.
is a huge movie guy.
Oh, yeah. It's very
huge
hard to
movie
mention a movie or someone in a movie or a
knows
title that he
everything.
goes, oh, I don't know that. I've never seen that. It's
Yeah.
really
Right.
hard to do that.
I've learned that by listening to the show. Like he's a whiz.
He's he was the first person that introduced that to me. You know, the subscription, monthly based subscription for movie theater. And then it went away. I want to say around COVID or something. And I could be wrong, but
They call it a Verlaud. That's what it's
That
known
might
as in
be
the
right,
industry.
yeah.
That's
I
nice.
think he invented it.
Yeah, he should get some. get some money off of that.
By the way, on
Verlaud.
Keon and his height, I just checked 3 sources: Basketball Reference, Wiki, and something else, and they all have him now at 6'4". So it looks like that has
6'4".
been normalized. I have seen him 6'6", and I think higher.
Okay.
I've seen him 6'3", but it looks like now he's officially measuring out at 6'4".
Okay, so he's been doing some yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
hot rock or whatever.
Yeah.
What you call it? Which one you go
hot
to?
yoga is what I
Hot
do,
yoga,
and
there
I'm
you
going
go.
to tell you guys this right now. For all y'all that don't want to shrink when you get older, do some yoga because I have actually grown an inch.
What?
Wait.
Half an inch. Half
Seriously?
an inch, yes.
How you
Yes.
know that?
I measured, and you can go talk to my friends that have not seen me in a while, and they were like, "Kayla, have you gotten taller?" And
Maybe it's
so-
the ponytail.
No.
What is it, stretching you out,
Yes.
you think? Your spine?
What?
Yes.
Okay, so wait a minute. Give
dead
give
serious,
me a
though.
starting date of when you were a certain height, and then
Yeah. So
now
Maybe
all of a
that's what
sudden,
Keon has done.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Maybe-
telling you.
Yeah.
hot yoga.
Yeah, these guys
Yeah.
want to grow a little. Yeah, just go to some hot yoga. So I was about 5'6" and a half,
Okay.
coming out of like college, right? I started doing hot yoga about 10 years ago. And that's when I've been doing it for 10, 12 years now. And I am like 5'7".
So wait a minute, Kayla. I have to do yoga for a decade to grow a half an inch.
It looks like it. I didn't say it was easy, boys. All right? You got to put in the work.
So start when you're about 12
Yeah.
or 10, and then it'll matter.
And then but you know, it is crazy to watch, and specifically like golfers, that's the worst because they're hunched, they spend all their career kind of hunched in that hunch over kind of position. You look at some of the older golfers now, and they have shrank so much because it's just
Jack Nicklaus is a lawn gnome.
Yes.
He's 3 feet tall.
Yes, he is. Sweetest man you'll meet. But yes, he is like,
Hey,
when
what?
I saw him in person, I was like, holy smokes, this is a little man.
3 feet.
Yeah.
He needs to hit that hot yoga.
He needs to go to hot yoga. Barbara,
Yeah.
his wife, get him going.
Greg Norman is
Barbara's taller.
1'7" tall. No, I understand what
you
you're
guys
saying.
are going to go to a hot yoga. That is one thing. You guys, I'm going to make you do one day. You're going to go to hot yoga with me.
When's the last time you've measured yourself?
Probably about a year ago.
And you were 5'7"?
Yeah, because I was at the doctor. You know how they make
Yeah,
you,
sure.
they
yeah.
measure
Getting
you and stuff.
physical and
Yeah.
all that good joint.
Well, and also, it beats, like you say, going the other way.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
avoid.
yeah.
You know?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Spencer Lampkin says, we're running out of time to figure out what guys are. Keegan should be entering his prime, and we don't know, and then all the young guys are the same age as Keegan. That's what the rest of this year is.
Yeah.
You're right, Spence.
Mhm. And by the way, remember, Nate Clifford is an older rookie.
Yeah.
Considered an older rookie.
Trey says, I'm judging them by what they do this year. That's long enough of an audition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's
Just
like speed
not
the
waiting
process
around.
up.
Yeah.
But aren't folks upset about Davion?
He's one that people, if you bring it up, people go, oh, yeah, but, he's kind of forgotten in a lot of ways.
No, we're not tripping. It's just kind of like, he's playing better
We
over
probably
there.
should be,
Yeah.
but we have too many other things.
Don't worry about
To have issues?
Yeah. Charles Barkley was on with Tom Tolbert, and he said, I think the cup thing, the NBA Cup, is somewhat embarrassing. I'm disappointed that we have to make an in-season tournament to make these guys more money so they won't do load management, says Charles Barkley. And I know you're with him, Jay. I'm pro Cup now, I admit. I don't know how I ended up
you're
here.
all in?
I'm pro Cup.
Oh, come on, bro.
You
'Cause
went from maybe at the beginning of the show, which was already, a change, to
Yes.
now you're just all in. NBA Cup for life.
It's not going away. So, you rant and rave, it's not going to go away. But that game last night, while I was watching it, I was glad that we had that game on. I like it better on a Tuesday. I think the first one, if I'm not mistaken, the Pacers and the Lakers, I think they had it on a Saturday. And I was like, really? But last night I was like, hey, this is better than the typical run-of-the-mill NBA game in mid-December. And that's exactly why, other than to make a lot of money, it came up with the idea for the tournament in the first place. So I think it works.
The timing was, I will agree with you on they scheduled it nicely because right now we're just about to get into all the bowl games. Like there's one on tonight or a couple on tonight. It was a good way that they planned it. There was nothing going on yesterday for the most part.
By your account, it was a win.
My account.
For the league, it was a win.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the Knicks, they had sold it, and Mike Brown, bless his heart, I wasn't crazy about it, but the league's done a good job. They have to say that, I know. But the players, you could tell, they were genuinely happy last night, and the Spurs were a little unhappy.
Yeah, because it's the money.
Yeah,
It's the money.
okay.
It's the money.
Yeah, I just want to see them play hard. And if someone else is going to give them money to get them to play hard, that's fine.
So then wait, Whitey, are you saying they're not playing hard on a regular Tuesday last week?
They can't play as hard. And even Wemby, if that was Game 7 of the finals, well, I know Wemby played last night, but he had missed the previous game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I guess that's Charles Barkley's issue. Is like, wow, they got to give them more money so they don't, manage their loads. It's a long season. Guys are going to take days off because they're trying to win the NBA title. And here you've got, oh, wait, we could win this title. I don't have a problem with that.
That doesn't surprise me, though. Charles is so old school. Like, he's not going to – that does not surprise me that came out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah.
But I agree. Like, the timing was it was a good night to have it on. I do feel like the players played hard. Like, it wasn't a bad game. It was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
We saw some lead changes at the – I think overall it was a more successful one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
now
we'll
can
see.
they build on it because they're going to probably move it? Now what happens?
Yeah, they're 3 years in. I think they'd have to say, all right, we're doing okay with this. We still need some tweaking. Terry says Davion is a cat who could have used some hot yoga. That's a cheap shot at him.
Dang.
Saying he was a little undersized. We're better than that, aren't we, Jay?
Yeah, a little bit. Family Schlegel had me dying and said, Kings are playing Go Fish. Do you have any twos?
That's very well done. Yeah, that might be the YouTube chat of the day right there.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. We're going to take you to UC Davis basketball. We've got UC Davis against Seattle U.
Yeah.
Do you know who Kayla's rooting for?
I don't know. You guys can change. I'm not a Seattle U fan, so if you guys want to make me a UC Davis fan for basketball or a Sac State fan.
Aren't they the Chieftains? Or maybe they're not anymore.
Oh, no.
I think the most famous player to go to Seattle U was Elgin Baylor. But I could be mistaken.
Pulling that one out of the hat.
Yeah, the great Elgin Baylor, I guess. So thank you, Kayla, for everything.
Yeah,
we
you guys,
appreciate
that's been fun
Yeah.
week, and we'll see when we see you next. But if I don't hear you guys or talk with the listeners, have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, all that.
You too. Jay and I back with you tomorrow. And Jay, we got Kings basketball tomorrow, right?
Finally.
Yeah.
Thank you. Elgin Baylor did go to Seattle U.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh,
yeah.
and one more thing. Spencer says, Styles know about this hot yoga thing? Had to get that in.
UC Davis basketball coming up. Well played. Sactown Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
Nugget Bells, Nuggets all the way.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison.
And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing them when we cut down the Christmas tree.
We will pack the car with gifts. And of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
It's time now for the UC Davis Countdown to Tip-Off Show.
Getting you ready for the big Aggie game today.
The Countdown to Tip-Off Show is brought to you by University Credit Union. Here's the voice of the Aggies, Scott Marsh.
Live here at University Credit Union Center, it's another edition of UC Davis men's basketball on the radio. UC Davis and Seattle University doing battle here in this mid-December matchup between these two strong mid-major ball clubs. UC Davis comes in with a record of 5-4. They lost their last time out against Oregon, 104-62 in Eugene on Saturday. And so they've lost two in a row. That's coming off the loss against Hawaii on December. The past, we'll say, 3 weeks, they have not won in a while. The last time they won was on November 24th, and that came against Louisiana. I don't even remember that far back. Bob, do you remember the game against Louisiana?
I remember that we ate red beans and rice that night.
And you got attacked by an alligator.
I did get attacked.
You called that story on the air.
Yes.
But
I'm still recovering.
So even though it's been a long time in terms of just time span that UC Davis has won a game, it's only been 2 games where they've lost, but they were very disappointed with the way they played against Oregon, and I think we're going to see a very supercharged and aggressive UC Davis team anxious to get back on the floor. I'm Greg Wong, joined by the Cal Aggie Hall of Fame columnist and reporter Bob Dunning. Ramsey Barker is in the KHTK studio, and Bob, you've obviously had to follow this team simultaneously just because of the way things have lined up with the football team.
Yes.
They didn't make it easy on you on Saturday.
No, they didn't.
And UC Davis, they only were 12-point underdogs against the Ducks because Oregon had come in on a 5-game losing streak. It gives you an indication. UC Davis, while they were favored to lose pretty handily, they weren't that heavy of underdogs when you see a Big West team go up against a Big Ten school. But Jim Les obviously just very disappointed with the way they played.
It was a bad collision because the Aggies were just coming off a week of finals, and they get up there to Eugene, a team that started 4-0 and then lost 5 in a row, and they got something to prove. Every single player on that team had something to prove. They jumped out to a big lead early, 16-0, and it was just a knockout punch early. And then Oregon just piled it on. They just couldn't stop, and they got a lot of people in the game, and they wanted to. Dana Altman wanted to build some confidence in that team.
Yeah, if you thought that was going to be a time when UC Davis was going to, let's say, catch Oregon on a trap game, that was not the one because they had lost 5 in a row, Bob. They had lost 2 games in conference against USC and UCLA, and that was their longest losing streak since the 2012-2013 season.
And this is traditionally, whether they're in the Pac-12 or the Big Ten, since Dana Altman took over, they have been a traditional power. They even got to the Final Four one year, almost got into the Final Two.
Yeah, they've been one of the most consistent programs in college basketball, but the Aggies still had some confidence heading into that game, but this game will humble you fast, as Jim Les will tell you. And so now they welcome Seattle U into University Credit Union Center, and Bob, you mentioned the Thanksgiving holiday and then the finals week. It's just a tough back-to-back, and that UC Davis didn't get into Eugene until late, and now you're kind of in the thralls of winter break, which means students aren't in town, probably not going to have the biggest attended game of the year tonight. That's my early prediction. But this is a good test for UC Davis before the conference season begins. They do have one more road game against Idaho State coming up over the weekend, but Seattle U is 8-2, and
they've beaten Stanford. They've lost 2 games, oddly, to Big West teams, to Cal Poly and to Santa Barbara, both very close games. Otherwise, they'd be 10-0.
And both good teams, too.
Very, very good teams.
And this is a Seattle U team that boasts some of the best offensive numbers in the nation. So, Seattle U, UC Davis should be a good one here at the UC. Greg Wan, Bob Dunning with you. Again, Ramsey Barker in the studio. Coming up next, I had a chance to catch up with the head coach of the Aggies, Jim Les, just prior to tonight's contest, and we'll play that conversation just for your ears when we come back here on the UC Davis Aggies Broadcast Network, powered by Learfield.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist, you could not chill and end that friendship. Or you could choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. Choosing chill is the proper way to go, because when you choose chill, everyone wins. Don't it end friendships? Just decide to choose chill and relax with your friends. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Tickets start at only $68. It's the perfect Christmas gift for the live music fan in your life. Country in the Park, May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with the California Office of Traffic Safety and Caltrans, Michelob Ultra, and Bare Bones Workwear. More info at CITPFest.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Amateur players will be pleased to know that the USGA doesn't object to a friendly bet with your weekend foursome. Friendly bets include soft drinks after the round, hot dogs at the turn, or even a $2 Nassau, one of the most widely used bets in golf. It takes its name from the Nassau County Country Club of Glen Cove, Long Island, one of the many clubs frequented by the well-to-do in the late 19th century. As the story goes, matches between these clubs were often reported in the local newspapers, sometimes to the embarrassment of wealthy industrialists coming out the loser. The Nassau captain J.B. Coles Tappan then devised a format where the worst possible result could not be reported as anything more than a 3-0 defeat. In a Nassau, 3 equal wagers are placed on the first 9, the second 9, and 18-hole total. A $2 Nassau is sometimes referred to as a 2-2-2 bet. Some play better with a bet to keep their attention. Others are nervous at the thought of losing. Whatever your choice, golf is a game. Have some fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
It's time now for the Coach Jim Les Show.
Hear what the coach has to say about today's game.
The Coach Jim Les Show is brought to you by Golden State Cider. Now here's the voice of the Aggies, Scott Marsh.
Before UC Davis takes on Seattle U, as our pregame show continues, I'm Greg Wong, joined by the head coach of the Aggies, Jim Les. And Jim, obviously the team gets back from Eugene a few days ago. How have you guys been decompressing after that trip? How have the last couple days of practice been as you lead up to these last few games in non-conference?
Yeah, that's a game, you just got to flush it. Nobody was happy. Coaches, players, with our performance. And so we talked about it. We want to learn from it, but, we moved on pretty quickly. And, we all kind of took a mental health day on Sunday after a long travel day Saturday night. And I thought the guys came back, revived, refreshed, recharged, Monday and Tuesday, and we had good practices. And there's something to be said with finals being over, and school being over. So that allows them, to kind of refocus a little bit easier, because, last week with finals was a heck of a week in terms of all the things that they had to do with tests and papers and projects. So, it was kind of good to put that behind us all of last week, and now we're moving forward.
Obviously, like to focus on bright spots, and against Oregon, you got Carl Daugherty back. How good was it to have him in the lineup? He looked like he hadn't skipped a beat, but what does he provide? What extra dimension does he provide the team?
Yeah, I just think, Carl, one, he's one of our experienced guys, so he knows our system. And two, he's a guy that, whether he starts, comes off the bench, he can get himself into the flow of the game pretty quickly. One, because he plays hard, and, two, because of, his ability to shoot the ball. So was really pleased to have him back, and, it gives us added depth for the intensity and, how aggressive we want to play. It's good to have, guys that can eat up minutes and give us productive minutes.
Talking to the head coach of the Aggies, Jim Les, before UC Davis takes on Seattle U, and then the other guy, not necessarily